UIS!
All good people are asleep and dreaming.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the UIS. Monday night. That's all I got. It's Monday. That's the only thing I know for sure. And I'm not even 100% sure about that. Hope you all are having a great Monday, if that is what it is. We're going to do the quartering, the rest of the quartering. If everybody is in agreement, if no one gave a shit, we won't watch it. Who cares? Hey, Cringe Minion! Good to see you. Other than that, that's all I've done today. Just thought about watching the rest of this video. Had not looked anything else. Worked all day, of course. So that's kind of, I guess, a good excuse of why I didn't do a whole lot of YouTube stuff. You know, when you're working. Feeling kind of depressed. This is the first Monday in 5 weeks that there's not been a new animated Star Wars episode for me to watch. As last Monday was the last of the Darth Maul series, or Maul Shadow Lord, so no more episodes are coming out until next season. So I was kind of lost about what to do. So the best I can do is just turn all the lights red and just try to be evil. So nothing new in my geeky Star Wars shit until not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. Yeah, I saw that on there. I don't know. I've just never been a huge Marvel Comics guy. I'm like the only person in the world who liked the Daredevil movie. Yeah, that one. You know which one I'm talking about. The one that no one likes. Even the people who are in it don't like it. I don't think that's Charlie. Yeah, that one. That one. Now, God damn Charlie. Hold on. You're late. Oh! Now, I never saw, like, the original cut. I got it when it was on DVD, you know, back then, before Blu-ray. And it was the director's cut and all that stuff. So I got to see it with all the improvements. Because I understand there was a lot of continuity problems. Just a lot of just awful, awful things in the original, like, hour-and-a-half cut. The director's cut was probably, you know, more like hour and 45, 2 hours, whatever. Had a bunch of stuff added in that made things make much more sense. And so I liked it. I had no problem with it. I don't want to find out how bad that other edition was. I'll just take everyone's word for it that it was bad. Yeah, because it does suck because you get used to looking forward to Mondays, getting home and watching 2 episodes which are waiting for you. Now there's nothing. So it's back to watching just stuff I've already seen a million times. It'll never get so bad that I'll watch The Acolyte. I got that going for me. But yeah, I'll definitely take some recommendations. But for now, we've got the quartering to watch. Now, I named the stream Second Quarter because, hey, I like cringy ass puns as much as the next guy. Although I don't think we're more than a quarter of the way through, so I'm not gonna force the math and make it work. But there was a new Fat Photog video with Von Helton. Oh yeah. I don't think there's any streaming service I don't have. Most of them are bundled in with something or another with my AT&T service or whatever. Hell, I think I even subscribed to ESPN somehow. I don't even know how that's possible, but I think it got bundled in with something where it's bundled in with Disney and Hulu, which I don't care too much about Hulu. The wife watches shit on there. Now, there was something that popped up on Roku. It always pops up with different shows and movies and trying to get me to subscribe to whatever app they're peddling that day. And it was Mortuary Assistant. I want to say it was Shudder, but I don't think it was Shudder, but it was some other kind of horror streaming service. And there's a new show called Mortuary Assistant, which is a game. I think that we actually have that game. Might not. I'm not even sure. I don't think it was a very good game. So, of course, they would make a show about it. Come here, you little rat. You can say hi. Little goofball. All right. I got Steam open here. Mortuary. Yep, we do have it. Wow, it's $25. No way I paid that much for it. Maybe it went up in price since they got a show named after it. But, you know, there could be good things about it. I don't know. Mortuary Assistant. Movie. I kind of thought it was a show. Yeah, stream AMC Plus. That was it. I didn't really want to do that. Yeah, the Mortuary Assistant official trailer. Oh, you son of a bitch.
All right, Mr.
So it was Shudder.
Leibowitz, let's get you embalmed and I guess cremated.
No.
Is somebody there?
Of course there is. You're in a horror show.
I know what you experienced was terrifying. But you need to listen to me if you want to survive.
Is that George McFly? No way.
The entity will do anything to gain control.
Let me in! Let me in! Let me in! Let me in!
I want this to stop. Please!
To banish a demon to hell, you need to learn its name.
Yep, now the movie.
You need to get off the phone.
You have to help me. I don't know what I am doing here.
The demon knows everything about you.
Now that is the Temu George McFly.
So what do we do?
Charlie? I'm sorry, do you not have enough room back there? God damn.
The houses of hell, I command you back!
All right, so that is the mortuary assistant. I don't think I actually played the game. I think I know I have it. But again, they made a movie about the Exit 8, so I don't know. Although I do want to see that.
Alrighty.
So in the past 2 days that we've seen him, he has aged 40 years.
I've seen a trend develop, and I'm not too thrilled with it. And
Was it the trend of people playing video games on TikTok and getting suspended for it? Because I know all about that. And I decided to not take any more of it. Deleted my TikTok account.
I'd like that trend to stop.
All right, thanks. See you later.
You got these women from Africa, and it doesn't matter what country, but there's women from Africa, and they come on TikTok, and they come on with these white women pictures, acting like they white or acting like they Asian.
Acting like they white.
With these fake pictures. Y'all need to stop that shit. Okay? Just stop that shit. Now, I've already met several women. I've met some women from Nigeria.
You have not. You have not met a single person since you have been roaming in your fucking shitbox.
Women from Gambia. I've met women from Mozambique. And
yet they're all from Nigeria.
And they're pretty.
They're all men.
There's nothing. You're not ugly. You're pretty. So why you running around with these fake ass pictures of these white women and these Asian women for? Why are you doing that for? Put your picture up there. Let me see what you look like. I want to see what you look like. You know, you're from the Republic of the Congo, then be proud to be from the Republic of the Congo. Don't fake. Don't sit there and fake and say I'm in New York or I'm in the United Kingdom when I know damn good and well you ain't. You think you're going to pull something over on me? No.
Yeah, not this genius. Not this obvious. Just extremely intelligent, well-off man living in his car.
You ain't. I've been on this earth 62 years. You ain't pulling shit over on me.
That is a hard 62. God damn.
All right. So quit that shit.
I thought he was pushing 80.
Be proud of being from the Republic of the Congo. Be proud of being from Nigeria or Gambia or Ghana or you know, what's some of the other ones?
Georgia. North Carolina.
Hell, my mind, they slipped my mind. Anyway, but be
Hogwarts, yeah.
proud of where you are. And be proud of who you are. And be proud of what you look like. Okay? Deception comes from demons. So whenever you go out here with a fake picture and a fake name and fake this and fake that, what are you doing? You're engaging in what? You're engaging in deception.
Fucking weirdo. So the last we watched, he was going after people saying fuck Hitler.
Twitter stated, quote, "Amazing how this fuck Hitler tweet has taken hold with people completely incapable of understanding my point," which was...
Oh yeah, almost forgot. We gotta have the link up there. And I'll drop it in chat too. Had it pinned last night.
Obvious to everyone that follows me. Hollywood types saying fuck Hitler for retweets is fucking stupid and cringe. It's about virtue signaling. If this was not what dude was doing, okay. My point still stands. In what world is this known? Now I got morons posting my address to Twitter replies. Wonder where they came from. You had to be a complete fucking idiot or liar to say I was quote unquote defending Hitler. Like, I respect the hustle, but you'd have to be a fucking idiot to think anyone was unironically defending Hitler. I just can't imagine people are this stupid. They have to just be willfully misrepresenting the point, right? Unquote. Below, Jeremy linked to a video by D'Angelo Wallace that covers Jeremy's tweet. At the time Jeremy posted it, the video had 82,000 views. Present day, the video sits at nearly 2 million views. With Twitter further examining Jeremy, his views came into question. Specifically, these 4 recent images. The first one is Jeremy stating that though he considers himself to be pretty progressive, he believes transgender people have an advantage in sports. The second is in support of someone who is labeled a homophobe, going as far as to call them a hero. The third shows that he believes that some transgender people transition as a trend, and the fourth is an image of 2 men kissing that is captioned with Jeremy stating, quote, "If you want to raise awareness, you have to make people want to throw up in their mouths." Unquote. On March 12, 2020, Jeremy announced he deleted all of his tweets. This same day, Jeremy uploaded a video titled, "YouTube is destroying my channel."
If you're gonna delete your tweets, just delete them. You don't have to make a statement about it. Just like recently, he quit Twitter, but then made a post on Twitter about how good it was that he quit Twitter. I'm not sure if that's where he posted it, but he did make a post about how good it felt to delete Twitter.
And I have proof.
I just to be honest with you all, I've been very...
Again, this is the second coming of...
I'm a fucking bitch.
Very stressed over the past week or two, and I've tried to not let on to it, but I can't figure it out, and I need your help. Something is really weird with my YouTube channel. The videos that were supposed to send notifications, YouTube sends 3 notifications in one 24-hour period. The Review Tech USA video got well viewed. That's about my normal. My normal videos get between 100 and 150,000 views. The second video, which should have done really well, 50,000. The third video, which should have done really well, 59,000. I'm done antagonizing people on Twitter. I'm done with it because I just lose. Even
crying about 60,000 views. Oh, wah, you stupid fuck.
No, most of these idiots were just coming at me with flat out lies. I got embroiled in it, and I gave them what they wanted, and I lost course. I'm not going to do that anymore on Twitter, okay? I'm making very real changes.
According to Jeremy Social Blade, this is the dip he was speaking of. A viewership decrease of 2 million, going from 14 million in February to 12 million in March.
My channel
People are stupid as fuck for watching him to begin with.
Seems to be quarantined in some way that I haven't been able to
That's a long time to wait.
But is supported by all sorts of anecdotal evidence that I'm going to share with you to help share not just my videos, but other people's videos in this space. And I need you to give me feedback because YouTube is slowly killing us. They're slowly pushing out independent creators, which is why I have a BitChute, which is why I have a library account. I'm a founding member on Library, okay? I'm a financial supporter of Library and BitChute because I know this is what's happening, but we still have to fight back. And I'm sorry I don't have the energy, but I'm just frustrated and tired. Please.
You have millions of subscribers. Can you be considered an independent, whatever, small creator?
Help not just me, but other independent creators continue to exist here on YouTube and continue to push back against what is an obvious bias for mainstream media by YouTube.
Despite Jeremy's evidence that largely consisted of users not getting notifications for his uploads and petitioning for support on third-party platforms, his channel, per the Social Blade graph, jumped to 20 million views the following month, his best performing month ever. This same month, Jeremy announced on Unsleeved Media that he was returning to Magic, apologizing to Wizards of the Coast while also faking their apology to him. In this video in April, Jeremy claimed his return was not a ploy for financial gain. Instead, it was for when he needed to boost his mood.
I view this channel as like a cathartic outlet for me, a place for me to go and just relax and turn off my brain and open some product again.
Jeremy would leave and return to Unsleep Media multiple times in the following years, making it a useful tool to track when he's feeling despondent. His channel, with its improved performance, should not have brought him undue stress. Exclusively Games was a different story. Quote, I really am struggling with keeping Exclusively Games running. The monthly nut is nearly $15,000 and website revenue is trash. It was a website in a time where websites are dying. Do I continue to crowdfund it or admit defeat? Unquote. Exclusively Games had sunk to the point that articles on the site's front page were not only lacking any comments, but also their view counts were so low that they were presumably not displayed. As such, the website closed in mid-2020. Jeremy later claimed that the website exceeded its $200,000 fundraised amount at the beginning of the year.
I paid a severance to my video editors. I paid a severance to all the major writers, which I of course proved since then. A 1-month severance for some of the bigger salaried people. Why did I have to finally pull the plug? Well, I had been paying for everything out of pocket since basically January, which was almost $10,000 to $12,000 a month, depending on which months how many articles we publish in a month.
The figure of $10,000 to $12,000 a month was different than the $15,000 Jeremy tweeted about. With 12 months of operation cost should have amounted to $120,000 to $144,000. On the website QB Farms, verified poster and alleged friend of Jeremy claims that Jeremy was not being too dishonest, that he did pay out severance, and Jeremy was mostly hands-off when it came to the website, and it was mismanaged to hell by infamous commentator Ian Miles Chung. Quote, after I left, Ian was eventually fired for failing in his duties and scamming Jeremy. To my knowledge, the site never fully recovered. Things behind the scenes often seem to be messy or disorganized. As for how a site with $200,000 failed, well, Jeremy wasted a lot of funds. On the site, mind you. I won't share figures, but the design team got paid exceptionally well, as did IMC, among others. I think Jeremy just got in over his head and trusted the wrong people. I don't have access to all that. All I know is that Ian was paid, I believe, $2,500 to $5,000 or so per month. Unquote. Jeremy, at a later date, revealed.
And so this was in 2020-ish. Nobody has the fucking website in 2020.
That Ian Miles Chung lied to his face in claiming the website needed more support. Jeremy complied, and Ren, an additional quote-unquote employee, was hired. From what Jeremy gathers, Ren was an e-girl who Chung bought an iPhone for and was sending money to.
When I confronted him over it, he had a mental breakdown, a bawling breakdown on Skype for stealing not my money, but your money. The people had backed the project. It was $645. He would have gone right on stealing my money, stealing your money, had I not figured it out, okay?
To add to Jeremy's financial strain, he was dropped by sponsor Dollar Shave Club in June. When he did not receive a reply from the company, he assumed it was because of his content. This is something he made a video on, titled, Sponsor Dropped Me for Not Being Woke. Goodbye, Dollar Shave Club. The following day, Jeremy tweeted, quote, after over a week, Dollar Shave Club replied on why they terminated my partnership after I uploaded a video about it. They claim that it is performance related and shared the data with me. The data supports their claim, unquote. Jeremy was not having a pleasant time on Twitter, to the point that on July 27, 2020, he announced he was leaving altogether.
I'm not a small channel anymore that really needs that video to go viral on Twitter to live. Right now, I'm concerned about being a better husband, better work-life balance, and removing the toxic elements that are causing my hair to fall out at an increasingly rapid rate.
Yeah, he oh God, he says that he's right wing, but everything he spews is so like just woke terminology and just over fucking sharing. That's his problem. And we all have some toxic views at times, but he just wants to force his down everyone's throat.
On Twitter, there was much celebration. 3 days later, Jeremy made a video doing two things. He showcased these tweets of celebration and
if you guys knew what was going on in here, oh my God.
Was adamant about having multiple gay dads.
2,300 likes. A lot of people hated me on Twitter. Also, I have two dads. I'll have you know I have two dads. One of my dads is black and gay. Also has this dad. I don't know. Maybe he has three dads. Someone makes sense to me. Now, this is one of my dads. All right?
It took 5 days for the quartering to return to Twitter, apparently not under Jeremy, but under his employee Maggie. Then 3 days after that tweet, Jeremy was back tweeting as the quartering. Quote, "Yeah, I came back to Twitter. Are people not allowed to change their mind? Not very progressive." Unquote. This was tweeted on August 17th, 2020, the same day of one of Jeremy's most well-known live streams, much to his displeasure.
You never know. Maybe I'm going to pee in my trash can down here. I don't know. My wife went out for pizza without me, and I'm angry about it. So I'm going to win this round, and I'm going to pee. If I don't win this round, I'm going to pee in my own basement.
Jeremy, inebriated, scorned, and suffering from a lack of pizza, sought to take his revenge. The object of his derision would have to be the drain in his basement.
I gotta pee so bad. I want to lose so I can pee, but I don't want to lose. I have to pee so bad, though. It's hard to describe how angry my bladder is. You guys don't know. It's going to explode. My bladder's going to blow. Get up! Get up! No!
What the fuck? Yeah, thanks for turning up the sound. Thanks a lot. Sounds like distant pissing. You know what? If you've turned your shit up on one of my streams, you might hear me pissing. The bathroom's right in the next room. Although this thing is so fucking good, you guys can't hear much of anything unless I want you to hear it because of the noise gate. Although sometimes a fucking thunder, lightning outside, you hear it.
I've literally never lost that round. I've never lost that round.
Women want me, fish fear me.
I've never lost that round. Oh my god. I just peed in my basement. No, not in the kitty litter. Just in the drain. In the drain.
Though Jeremy deleted the livestream, channel Virus Sanity uploaded a 5-minute supercut of the event. Jeremy commented on this video with, "Imagine thinking this is unknown." In the hundreds of comments responding to the quartering, there is only a single comment of support. Between the basement urination and the Twitter debacle, there could be an explanation for why the quartering was acting out in August. It could be this graph, showing his views slumped from 23 million in July to 13 million in August, a period that Jeremy claims his channel was dead.
We went through that whole month back in August where, like, I mean, it was dead. The channel was basically dead and gone for almost 3 weeks.
I'm not sure if he knows what dead and gone numbers look like, but come on over.
And I think that was a direct result of a dip in my channel's activity and interactions and people liking the videos. And so now I've gone back to being a little more aggressive about that.
This was around the period that Jeremy was uploading 5 to 7 videos a day. As was with the last time he saw a dip in viewership, the following month he saw an increase in views. And the month after that, he saw an increase in mockery. On October 21st, 2020, the H3 podcast released Content Court The Quartering, a nearly 2-hour-long video covering the quartering's history of blunders.
He is triggered about the redesign. He doesn't like that the new updated version of the character doesn't have big boobs anymore, essentially. And he also mentions that he wasn't a fan of the original, but he's extremely triggered by this new iteration.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
The title is Disgracing She-Ra.
That's right.
Disgracing She-Ra and Strong, Beautiful Heroes. I see he's achieved a almost 50% dislike ratio on this one, even from his own fans. So
Jeremy has a habit of accidentally owning himself on Twitter. You use the word cuck.
Your Honor, if I may interject and submit to the court. When we were looking at these, I've never laughed so hard in my life. I fell.
Yeah, if there's an Ozempic success story, it is definitely Ethan.
Over in my chair.
Wife's out flying this morning, so I got up early to play some video games. Married life. My wife asked just asked why her lotion was down in my office, and she refuses to believe that it was for a bit in spite of video evidence.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
You have to explain lotion? Oh my God, what a fucking marriage.
Video also covered Jeremy's Hitler tweet, him peeing in his basement, his many videos on Brie Larson, and more. Jeremy, furious, responded on the same day of its upload on nearly every platform at his disposal.
He takes basically the same boring old, like, little 10 greatest hits from the far left, you know, the whole yikes, we're gonna take every joke extremely out of context. We're gonna look at really old videos.
Though Jeremy was displeased at Ethan Klein of H3H3 not providing extensive context, Jeremy himself would not even watch the content court before making this video and proceeded to be deceptive about its contents.
Really, really low-brow, low-energy stuff. I really wasn't going to respond to it, but, you know...
Unlike this is fucking really high-energy shit, really.
Once he starts talking about my wife, like, repeatedly, then I kind of have a problem. I barely even I probably watched a grand total of 15 minutes of this, and it seemed like every little spot I picked, he was talking about my wife. My wife is somebody that remains offline, does not... interact with anybody, and no, I don't believe she's fair game. You know, because he can't stop talking about my wife. I think he's probably jealous. I mean, my wife is a beautiful woman. She's, you know, funny and kind, and she hasn't been with Keemstar. It's sad how far Ethan Klein has fallen and how he's just basically, you know, he used to produce great content and now he just lazily regurgitates content he read, you know, about other content creators.
Jeremy would make it seem as if Ethan Klein was making disparaging remarks about his wife. The top comment reflects this and celebrates Jeremy's own comment, insinuating that Ethan Klein's wife slept with another creator. In the content court video that Jeremy did not watch, Jeremy's wife is only brought up when Jeremy brings up his wife. From when he urinated in his basement, to his comments about her disbelief that he was not using her lotion to masturbate. On Twitter, Ethan asked Jeremy for a timestamp for where in the content court he insulted his wife. Jeremy instead responded with, quote, "Ethan, I appreciate the free promotion and your concern about my dick size, my sex life, and the lineage of my family. This video is defamatory and desperate. You and I both know it."
See, that's the problem with both of them. They even bothered with each other. I mean, Jesus
If you were
Christ.
anyone else, this would be creator-on-creator harassment and a strike. You've fallen so far, unquote. Jeremy on the Incredible Salt Mine channel would admit to not watching this video once more.
Yeah. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it. Who the fuck? 2 hour? I mean, 2 hours.
It was.
What is he gonna say about this video? It's almost 3 hours and 40 minutes.
In this stream that Jeremy clarified that, despite campaigning on Ethan and talking about his wife, he acknowledges that it was not any way disparaging.
My wife. At many times, not like in a disparaging way, it just brings her into the conversation, which I find kind of shitty. He brings her in like in a negative way, you know,
it annoys me every time he talks to us.
Negative way.
These are people who make millions of dollars. That's great.
As Ethan also brought up Jeremy's Hitler tweet, he now reframes it as being a joke, though the joke is not entirely clear.
How the fuck are they so stuck on this? It was obviously a fucking joke. And like, they...
this is the thing on Twitter. They said, what did you say again?
I said,
it was really obvious.
Yeah, of course it was. It was like
and who are these fucking echo chamber people? He's
another
with?
Hollywood person said Hitler bad. And I was like, ooh, stunning and brave. And like, and then everyone's like, oh, he's pro-Hitler.
Jeremy's co-host would join in on mocking Jeremy.
Dude, don't do me like this. Don't do me like this.
Brie Larson, set to last 24 hours. Oh, good. There's one. Right, okay. I'm just gonna put the little stopwatch on my screen. I'm gonna hit go, and then I'll talk for 10 minutes. As soon as that hits that 10-minute marker, is it? Oh, it's 8 now. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one there. I don't know who the other ones are. I don't know if I know he had like a show with him, but it sounds like there's like 2 or 3 other people. I don't know. Hey, Cement Shoes. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah.
As soon as that hits 8 minutes, I'm just going to hit stop.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who Count Dankula is, except for when I heard of him because of this situation about the daughter thing.
Because anyway, there's so much that I would want to talk about in regards to Brie Larson. Ding, 8 minutes. But we can get into that another time. Thanks very much, guys. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Another clip coming up next. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Oh, To add to Jeremy's stress, though he was uploading more, his viewership was no longer increasing relative to how often he was uploading.
Because you upload like fucking 4 videos a day.
Yeah, 7 to 10 usually every day. Because I usually do like 2 to 3 on Midwestly too. I'm kidding.
I mean, if you're uploading 2 to 3 videos a fucking day, what else are you doing in your life? I don't understand that. I mean, but I guess I'm the lazy shit. That's just me though.
Getting fatter and like my heart can't be in great shape, you know, because I'm spending so much time sitting at my desk and like. But fuck, man, when it's like you get on that fucking heroin drip of you know, AdSense revenue every single day, it's like, fuck, it's really hard to get off it unless someone forces you off, like you quit cold turkey, like getting demonetized or something, you know?
Though Jeremy saw endless growth, the more traction his videos got, the more opposition he received. Just a day after the content core was uploaded, the Quartering is a Nazi subreddit was created, a small but growing group of Redditors who greatly disliked Jeremy. Conversely, by the end of 2020, the Quartering surpassed 1 million subscribers. Rather than focus entirely on covering articles, Jeremy continued to make videos giving attention to his critics.
I got hammered on a Twitch stream once and peed in the drain in the unfinished part of my basement. Like, I don't even care about that, but these people are obsessed with it. It's hilarious. Like, look, when you have no mortgage on your beautiful home, you can pee in it wherever you want. And the fact that they think this is some kind of own is weird. It's never something I denied.
Jeremy, on the Incredible Salt Mine, would admit to urinating in or on several more places.
Do you remember when saying something was an own? I don't think it was this time period that this is from.
He calls me one night at like 1 in the morning. I happen to have people, I'm just fucking obliterated. And it's Mark, so I'm like, I got to answer it. It's the first time he's ever called me. And so I go out in the garage, and I'm smoking a cigarette while I'm talking to him. He can hear me smoking. He's like, oh, you smoke? I'm like, oh, I felt judged a little bit. And then I had to piss so bad, but there was like music and everything else going on in the house. So I just start pissing in a bucket. Like there's a 5-gallon bucket in my garage. I just start pissing in a bucket, and a dude comes out. My buddy comes out. He's like, what the fuck? You're pissing in the garage? All I hear is like a 10-second silence from Mark. Mark's like, do you need me to call you? Do you want to call me back? I'm like, no, he's just joking. He's just joking. I'm not really pissing in my garage.
Why do you keep pissing in random parts of your fucking house, man?
My wife, like, sometimes, like, I get home late on, like, dart night. It's like, I usually get home, like,
dart night? Where the fuck does this guy live?
1 in the morning. And I've been drinking since like 5 or 6, and then I take the dogs out.
This must be like in the deep Midwest or something, where there's not a fuck ton of things to do. So we're gonna go play darts and piss everywhere
when I get home, so then I could sleep in a little bit longer. And then like oftentimes I'll be standing out there with the dog
Minnesota.
Who's peeing, and then I'm
I
also
have no
peeing.
clue.
And then she like got up one night and saw me out there taking a leak next to the dog who was also taking a leak. She's like, gross, why don't you just come inside? I was like, what do you mean? I'm right next to the dog who's pissing in the lawn. What's the difference? Sometimes I'll take my dog out. He's still got to be on a leash, and like I gotta piss too. So I'm like, I'm just, you know, I'm gonna piss, and then he's like, he's pissing, I'm pissing, and like if he gets done first, he's like, what's going on over here? I'm like trying to hold him off while I'm pissing so I don't piss on him. I'm like, God damn it. Yeah. Anyway, yes, I have pissed on my dog too.
Jeremy, facing undue stress, released a video in February because his channel performed poorly the day before.
Every year, seems to be 2 to 3 times a year, there is this.
So, yeah, I don't know of too many other large creators who have millions of subscribers and get millions and millions of views who pick one day, and that day was yesterday. who knows what could have happened? You know, you can't trust the analytics, especially for what happened yesterday. Sometimes it takes a while for shit to catch up. This guy's fucking obsessed with shit.
Algorithmic reset, or
loves a vanilla gorilla,
or a shadow banning. It goes by very different names, but if you've been around, you know that this channel has talked about it several times.
Oh my God.
My channel being affected very negatively by this most recent one, cutting views by as much as 50%. Now, a lot of people might say, "Oh, people just are getting sick of your stuff," or I didn't really like it." No. I have a big enough...
Yeah, no. It doesn't matter what you think. If you hate my content, that's not it. It's not it. It's YouTube.
Subscriber base that to lose 50% of your video or views in a day is way bigger than just a few boring topics. And
again, this is like one fucking just a couple of teeth away from being
I'm a fucking bitch.
I put out a tweet about it this morning, and more than a dozen other creators reached out to me confirming the exact same problem.
They didn't. They did not at all. No.
It is super stressful. When this stuff happens, I pace around my house wondering about how to change my financial decisions, etc. And my employees wonder, and they see this type of thing. Mental stress that YouTubing, and look, yes, I know being a coal miner is more difficult. Being over-the-road truck driver is difficult too. I understand, okay? I'm not complaining about, I'm not saying YouTube is the most difficult job ever. But what I am saying is the mental toll that YouTube places on content creators like myself and others with lack of communication and transparency is unlike almost any other job.
As with the many other times, Jeremy...
Oh, I have no doubt that he probably, you know, these people, they don't do it themselves. They pay someone else who pays somebody else to do it.
Released a video on his channel's viewership. Social Blade shows no viewership variation for the month of February 2021. And despite it being the shortest month of the year, February outperformed the previous 6 individual months. Though it is also possible that Jeremy's videos were getting demonetized at a higher rate, or his earnings were simply just not satisfactory.
Or his shit wasn't updated. He's talking about one day, and that day was yesterday. Analytics don't always get completely updated, and they're not completely accurate until days and days and days and days later.
March, Jeremy used a tried and tested method of inducing financial support. It begins with Zombie Kills, a controversial Twitch streamer that Jeremy made multiple videos covering. She was allegedly being harassed, and Jeremy was being blamed for it. This Twitter user claimed that she was swatted, naming and blaming Jeremy for the event, and asking for his sponsors to abandon him, all while failing to provide evidence he did such a thing. Various creators came out in support of Jeremy while denouncing the Twitter user. Jeremy covered this situation on his channel, and the Twitter user deleted her tweet. Jeremy then released a video recapping the situation, emphasizing that he needed financial support during this time.
For myself and my staff, a lot of people forget, you know, just for this YouTube channel, there's 4 full-time employees.
Jeremy would transition.
Why? That's what I don't get. Why do you have 4 full-time employees? I mean, if it's just making clips and whatever the fuck you're doing, it doesn't seem like you're putting out real content. It's just shit with you right there in the corner of the screen, and then an internet site. Exactly what I've got right here. Yeah, this exact stupid low effort shit.
This into promoting his Subscribe Star, a Patreon alternative.
But we are now 47% of the way to essentially securing all of their jobs, regardless of if these fools get my sponsors removed or something bad like that.
Jeremy also makes it clear that this was financial support for his business. Fundraising for litigation against anyone slandering him would be a separate fund if he decided to go that route. This is a screenshot of Jeremy's Subscribe Star from February 24th, 2021. There are 3 goals on the right-hand side, all relating...
What did that say? Midwestly? Midwestly? I was just talking about how he figured like he's from the Midwest. Is that what that means? No idea.
Star from February 24th, 2021. There are 3 goals on the right-hand side, all relating to support of his staff members or funding the courting website. While there is a percentage attached to them, there is no clear number attached to the goals. It is not possible to quantify how much Jeremy was earning, but it is possible to quantify support if only through how many likes and comments his post received. This post, published February 22nd, 2021, has 16 likes and 5 comments. On March 5th, after making the video requesting support, this same post has significantly more interactions, up now to 68 comments and 161 likes. Optimally, Jeremy's goals can also be tracked by how much the percentage of the goals has increased, but this is not possible because he removed or edited the old goals, the new ones highlighting protecting himself from the cancel culture mob. Jeremy's finances would be a topic of a podcast he attended later in the month, spurred on by conversation of his wife's planes.
She went to it. She's selling her existing plane. We don't have like Tim Pool money, so we have to sell the plane she has now before she.
Oh, he's got to sell his plane before he can buy another one. God damn!
Can get something else.
Wait, she has a plane?
Yeah,
though
she has Zenith 750. It's like a Bush plane. Yeah,
that's a. You have if you got a plane, that's
it's all right. Yeah. It's not a jet.
I don't have Tim Pool
It's
money,
not a jet.
but we're deciding which plane to buy after we sell the current plane we've got.
Every time I say that, I'm like, yeah, please.
But yeah, and all he does is spend hours a day begging for money, talking, going on and on. Everything. It sounds like he's a lot worse than DSP is with his whole economic staff meetings.
Keep super chatting me, but
Normally, financial growth or growth in subscribers is enough to sate Jeremy, enough to keep him motivated to grow. But something was different this time. The wealth he was incurring, the support he was receiving, was diminishing in its effect as he began taking more time off and was forced to face his life outside of work. Jeremy did not like what little purpose he found. He explores these feelings in a video uploaded in April titled, "I've Been Kind of Depressed."
Getting older, thinking about like, man, I don't have any kids, and all these things that pop in your head. I guess it's like a midlife crisis, so to speak, but not like a crisis. I didn't go out and buy a Harley or anything like that.
No, you bought 2 planes and a bunch of arcade cabinets, apparently.
But like, I've also been
claw machines,
freaking grinding on YouTube for basically the last 3 years. Daily videos on 1 or 2 channels. Multiple daily videos. This is really what kind of was like an epiphany for me. A bunch of people backed me on Subscribestar, which is like a free speech alternative to Patreon. Reality is, because people chose to back me there, I could afford to maybe not do 5 videos a day, 5 days a week. And
maybe just level with people and say, hey, if you give me money, I won't post any more videos. You might give you money.
That kind of started me thinking about, like, okay, like maybe you don't have to work so much. So in terms of like mental health, I have this thing that is not unique.
Is it buying a bunch of useless toys? Because I know nothing about that.
Where I feel alone all the time, even though I'm not. It makes it really, really difficult to relate to anybody. I wouldn't say that I have any close friends. Like, they may think we're close, but like I don't view them in that way, and I don't mean to be mean. I'm also a workaholic, so it makes it difficult to garner friendships or even relationships. I mean, in my whole life, it's certainly affected my marriage, of course. If I have a great day, let's say I upload 4 or 5 videos that I'll get at least 100,000 views each, and they're all monetized, that is a massive dopamine hit. That's big money. I go a day and a bunch of my videos get demonetized. It's like the exact opposite. You feel like you lost out. I feel incapable of taking a day off.
This was a video of lucidity. While the evidence in his history already pointed to it, Jeremy works for no other purpose than to grow his channel, to appease his anxiety, to distract himself from himself. He was pushing himself to find purpose outside of work, even if it pained him, to address what he considers an unsatisfying personal life. Evidently, this was too much to bear, because 3 months later, he was already back to uploading over 10 videos a day.
By the way, if you don't know, I have a political channel where I do 3 videos a day, 3 to 4 videos a day. It's called Midwestly. I do 5 to 7 videos a day on the quartering, and I'm happy to do that. But I have a really difficult time relaxing, allowing myself to relax. I was lucky enough to get a PlayStation 4, 5, and an Xbox Series X at launch. Haven't even turned them on still. I've been wanting to get back into Final Fantasy XIV. I've been wanting to play New World, but I've never allowed myself to play the games, just play them, because I could always be making content. Now, I've worked on this mentality to try and overcome it, be able to enjoy something, but I'm incapable.
With Jeremy's continued instigation, the latter half of 2022 was full of ridicule.
Yeah, you're making so many videos, just working so hard, but you got time to go on Twitter and stick your foot in your mouth and just talk about shit that you know is going to trigger people.
Creator Phil DeFranco, in response to Jeremy calling Megan Fox a walking sex doll, called Jeremy gross in return. The H3 podcast did yet another segment covering Jeremy in October with the highlight video titled, "The quartering 1 pooped his pants, 2 pees in his basement, 3 has crotch rot." Then again, November.
Yeah, so he was.
Well, he probably does. I mean, he's a very large guy. He probably can't clean everything. He's 350 pounds, 6 foot something.
Doing a live stream, and this turned up. Ela, what do you think? Reddit forced cream pie.
Well, I didn't even understand what that means.
Yeah, I had to do some investigating.
Jeremy responded to this with 2 tweets. The second one reads, quote, "So weird of the tolerant left thinks this is an own. Real tolerant."
Again, this is 2021, still saying things are an own. I don't know. Maybe I'm just got my timelines messed up, but I thought that was like 2015, saying someone got owned. Sometimes with a P in front of it.
Quote, Jeremy was even mocked by his wife for something entirely different.
Even, well, now, like, I used to like point it out.
And maybe that is the whole why I think he's from the Midwest. I think of that as like, you know, I don't really get too offensive here, but it's kind of like the Soviet Union of the United States. Everything's all like 15 or 20 years behind everything else.
On TV all the time. Like there's 10 members of this cast and 6 of them are gay. Curious, I'd say, you know. My wife's a bit of a normie and she's like kind of sick of it. she's like, she'll be like, "Oh, is that cringe, Jeremy? Is that cringe?" And I'm like, when you say it, I don't want. That's why I stopped saying cringe. She started saying it.
There was more to come before the end of the year. On Kiwi Forums, a user archived Jeremy's recent rant about his loss of hair and the amount he works. At the end of October, Jeremy released another video claiming he was the target of YouTube's demonetization. Finally, in December, he made a video bringing attention to those mocking him and his IBS. Jeremy then closed the year by announcing his New Year's resolution to find a work-life balance, to not smoke, and to lose weight. While it is possible he did stop smoking, it is certain he failed with the other 2 resolutions. By 2022, it had been 3 years since Jeremy
June the King just called you a fat ass.
Initially told the Walmart story, yet it was still in circulation, now evolving to where creators.
Good God, I haven't gone this far, mapping out some shit, some like shit maps. I don't think I have done stuff like that, haven't I? I did Street View. I did VR Street View in Cobra's neighborhood. I guess that's pretty bad too.
Were breaking down his choices in depth with diagrams to prove the inefficiency in his choices. In April, there was yet another Twitter rant on the topic of balding and soiling himself. In the midst of this mockery, Jeremy was making plans to create something that could sustain him outside of YouTube. With a history of failed websites, he was investing into something material. He was investing into the coffee brand Coffee, a title of his own creation. Coffee Brand Coffee was formally announced in a video titled "My Coffee Company is Under Attack." Jeremy clarifies in the video that the title was clickbait and a marketing ploy to bring attention to his newest project. Jeremy would heavily promote this coffee, to the point that there are, at this moment, approximately 1,000 videos on his channel talking about or mentioning Coffee Brand Coffee by name. On June 8th, infamous political commentator Tim Pool was swatted. Jeremy viewed this as an opportunity for promotion. He spent $100 in chat.
God damn. This is a high-stress moment. God damn. Super chat someone just to fucking plug your coffee.
Tying the high stress of his swatting to one of the stress-relieving teas or cocos he offers. Jeremy was also swatted later that night. As for the donation, on Twitter, Pimp Master Yoda 1 made a comment in jest, asking if Jeremy gave the officers free coffee. Jeremy was none too pleased, citing the aggression and or lack of critical thinking of the police officers. As for the coffee brand Coffee, Jeremy wanted something uncomplicated, which is why he named the coffee brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee was being sold as apolitical, though he constantly advertised it on his political commentary channel. He saw this as a necessary boost to then hopefully detach it from his brand and perhaps see it on store shelves. There was an issue with this, not only with Jeremy's brand inherently tied to his coffee business, but also the possibility of it being tied to the roasters.
And then if I understand it, he went way too far and tried to open up factories and try to actually do the whole process himself.
July 17th, 2022, Kiwi Farms user, Cat Attack, compiled several images from Jeremy's visit to his roasters, and from a suspiciously similar-looking roaster. Cat Attack highlighted the red trim. While more saturated in the commercial, it was still apparent. Most damning was image 5 in the set. In both Jeremy's commercial and Mill Creek's Instagram page, there appears to be coffee beans being poured out of some sort of mixer. Though these roasting devices are seemingly mass-produced, there is one very odd pattern that they both share, one that, for no reason, should be the same. It is the paint. Right below the hatch, the paint is chipped, a design flaw that undoubtedly mixed paint chips with coffee beans. The pattern in the chip paint is the exact same. If Jeremy is indeed sourcing his coffee from Mill Creek Roasters, then it also means it is attached to their politics, which are opposed to Jeremy's perceived politics. But the rabbit hole goes deeper, as this Reddit post points out. It appears both Jeremy's brand and Player One Coffee, owned by the CEO of Meta PCs, shared a registration address, and the address is in the same state as Roasters. Located just outside the city they are located in. To this, Jeremy admitted to sharing a fulfillment center.
This is
facility tour.
Not an own. It's the same.
That's if you guys want to go to my store, TheUIS.com, later on this month, I'm going to be giving a factory tour. And I go to the place where these fuckers mass produce mine and everybody else's fucking shirts and pretend it's my factory. Yeah.
Mentality of you peed in your basement. You have a
Is he going to say it's not the own you think it is?
A coffee operation that has shipped 30,000 units in the last 3 months. Gotcha. You used a fulfillment center to ship. Name a single business that doesn't. I don't even understand. I don't understand these people.
As for Mill Creek,
it's just rebranded. It's just rebranded this or rebranded that. It's absolutely not. If anyone understands anything about business, you have distributors. It's not like I went out and bought $1 million in machinery to roast my own beans. That's not how any of this works. But any idiot knows that. And these clowns, there's 15 clowns. And then now Rick.
Exactly. He was trying to put it to everybody that was what he was going to try to do, is become a one-stop source in just field to finish kind of thing. And there's no fucking way, especially if you're not been in the coffee business and your family's been in the coffee business for 20 generations and all that shit. You just all of a sudden one day you're going to decide to make coffee? That would be really fucking stupid. Yeah, to just fund a bunch of factories and equipment.
Like, ooh, exposed a facility that does fulfillment for him occasionally on a certain roast is associated with him, and ooh, we got him. It's like they'd handle one tiny part of the business, but because they hate me, they've been harassing them, calling them, emailing them.
I doubt any of that ever happened. He seems like he's the kind of person who he said it millions of times, how somebody's leaving his address in comments and everybody's always out to get him. He's worse than the left-wing pussies.
And it's really pathetic.
And this was hardly the last controversy attached to Jeremy's coffee. In August of 2022, Jeremy promoted his coffee by placing money in random orders.
So let's get that guy some money. Man, this recession sucks. Well, let's give you guys some stimulus. We're gonna throw some, we got some 50s in here, so.
By the third video, the comments completely turned on Jeremy. Quote, I like to drink my coffee brand coffee while playing Raid Shadow Legends sitting on my 1 square foot of land in Scotland that I am a lord of. Awesome! A video dedicated to a product he talks about 4 times a day. I love this new channel dedicated to coffee brand coffee and how it mixes in other stories too. Very similar to The Quartering if anyone remembers that channel. Unquote. Jeremy stopped utilizing this marketing ploy and accidentally revealed his monthly earnings on YouTube. From late July to August 22nd, Jeremy earned $46,000 solely from his YouTube channel. Not included is profit from donations on live streams or revenue from sponsors. Even on the day of this leak, Jeremy was not swayed from promoting his subscribe star or coffee using fear as a motivator.
I promote people into like backing me as a member or using my subscribe star. There is a funnel there. It just needs to get better. And that's why I continue to support alt tech, because stuff like this, if it can happen to Joe Rogan, it's certainly happening to the rest of us a little.
I mean, he is obviously being made fun of a lot, but also he's making a shit ton of money. So there's obviously people who are supporting him, and are they as bad as the DSP people? Yes, they are.
Guys and gals.
The following month, Jeremy, likely seeing the backlash from his previous marketing campaigns, tried marketing the coffee with transparency. The only issue was, compared to the hundreds of thousands his videos typically get, this video only received 8,000 views, and Jeremy was petitioning more and more for donations. Even in October, he was directing his viewers to yet another alternative subscription platform, fear-mongering with a potential ban. Just as was with the dip in views, or nearly every other threat against him, this was no different. There was no ban, no dip in viewership. His channel was not under attack. But something was off kilter. Jeremy was on the precipice of another breakdown, potentially sourced from this channel. In March of 2021, Trillium was doxxed and deleted her small channel, but made a new one. She contacted Jeremy, and Jeremy, as a target of doxing, supported her. She made a video thanking him, and so on. However, Jeremy specifically notes,
a channel that she admits she uses to overcome a bit of her social anxiety issues. She admits that she, lives basically in kind of her own personal bubble. She makes videos about seeds and video games.
Aside from gardening, Jeremy has described himself as all of these things. In a follow-up video that opens with hearts, Jeremy or his editor added on screen, Trillian expresses her gratitude towards Jeremy and his viewers for growing her new channel. This then leads to Jeremy admitting to watching nearly all of her videos and offers his assistance in case she ever wanted to stream.
And Trillium, I'll be keeping an eye on you. You can always email me. Keep things, private if you have questions or whatever.
This next video is from Jeremy's own stream after.
I'm trying to find more fulfillment because YouTube won't last forever, right? And I realized that the Trillium thing made me feel really good. For me, I thought maybe the closest I've come to feeling that way was,
God, he's got see, sometimes I get a little sad that we don't have a rolling chat like we used to. But then you see what's actually being said. That's pretty fucking bad.
is helping Trillium. Trillium? For $5, I'll make a video. Well, look, I don't want to put any pressure on you. All right? But I just want to say that it ruined my day when I didn't have a new video from you today. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
In August, Jeremy received custom leashes for his dogs. And
I know he has like the 2 women that he streams with all the time that would only talk to him. Melanie Mac, that's one of them, yeah. Would only talk to him if they're being paid.
Card from Trillium. Jeremy would send support to another similarly small channel known as Melanie Mac.
You know, just like with Trillium, just like with Melanie, just like with MXR Plays, or, you know, whatever the case may be, Ishra Gaming, you know, don't just do it because I told you to. Watch a video or two and see if you want to support her.
Melanie Mac is someone Jeremy would take interest in, but that would have to wait. In March of 2022, rather than mention Trillium offhandedly, he made an entire video dedicated to her.
Something's been weighing on my mind over the past 3 or so weeks, really the last month or so, and that's really the disappearance of Trillium, a YouTuber that I have a
Did he ever like write a script or maybe practice this shit at all?
strong I don't know,
It's
like
amazing.
I feel protective. Like if you go to Trill's channel, like I watch all of her videos, all of them. I mean, if they're not read on here, then that means I watched them on a different account. Okay. This is an important part of my day.
Jesus.
There used to be daily or every
Takes
other day
uppers and
videos,
wings it.
but now I feel like
I mean, I know all about winging it, but not uppers.
I don't want to put pressure on her because
But when I make an actual video, not a live stream, I definitely script it, practice it, and all that stuff. I at least try to.
I know that's how she's going to be, how she's going to perceive this, but that's not what I mean. It's just her content is important to me. Her success is important to me, and her safety and happiness are important to me. And she had disappeared for about, I don't know, a month or something like that. Came back and kind of let everyone know that, hey, you know, my mom isn't doing well. But they had seemed like they had got together a plan. Kind of 1 week went by, 2 weeks went by. I sent her an email, gave her my number. I was like, hey, if you need anything, you know, you need us to crowdfund something or whatever. People think this job is easy, and maybe it is, but it requires you be plugged in like 24/7, like waking up in the middle of the night, checking your phone, see what's trending. There's some, you know,
fuck that.
You know, some big thing happened. And then I'd watch her videos about like taking yucca leaves and making just twine out of them. And they're an important grounding factor for me.
Trillium did return in June, stating that her mother's illness was the reason for her absence, which is when Jeremy released this video.
I don't have any way to really get in touch with you privately, and obviously not that I would expect that.
And you don't need to.
But so, as long as, you know, as you're on YouTube,
as he said in Mallrats, you look like a date rapist.
YouTube, I'll be keeping an eye out for you. Keep an eye on you. I did message you a few times, checking in on you, because we missed you and we were worried.
Trillium would post sporadically, then disappear entirely in the upcoming months. This takes us back to Jeremy aggressively petitioning for more donations in late 2022. The absence of Trillium, or the multiple uploads a day with the addition of a new company, was stressing Jeremy. He was nearing his breaking point on November 29th, 2022. This day, Elon Musk on Twitter made a post about free speech, which Jeremy replied to, requesting clarity, and asking for a 10-minute Zoom interview, mentioning his 1.4 million subscribers and his fight for free speech. Elon Musk declined by stating that he had been very specific. Jeremy responded one more time,
like,
but it does not appear that Elon...
Fair, yeah, fair. I didn't read anything you said. Fair, yeah.
Reply to him. On December 18th, Elon made a poll, asking if he should step down from Twitter. The quartering, in response to Elon Musk, unable to find a suitable CEO for Twitter, stated, quote, Elon, I want to do it, and I can keep it alive.
God.
Not only that, grow it far beyond what it is now. I have a complex understanding of all tech, what Twitter needs, and what creators need. I also have a dozen years running a marketing agency that represented Fortune 500 companies.
This is so, and that's such a fucking embarrassing thing to write on a public post where everybody is going to bash the shit out of you and tell the truth on you. If you're such a huge 2 million subscriber channel, blah, 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 why don't you use some of your resources and get somebody to send him an email and give him all your information. And that way, no one's going to make comments and just bash the shit out of you. The whole degrees of separation. Like, I'm, 2 degrees separated from Trump, which is pretty cool. And most politicians.
Even if you laugh out loud at this, I am 100% certain I could at the very least help immensely with prioritizing product rollouts that will maximize growth in the shortest time frame, and I would be happy to do it for free, unquote. 4 hours later, Jeremy warned that the culture war is coming down to the next 12 hours. Quote, I am going to sacrifice everything tomorrow and try to implore people to vote no on his poll, unquote. Jeremy, 3 minutes later, blamed leftists for voting yes. Then 9 minutes later, tagged 11 different influential friends. Then again, 3 and 9 minutes later begged Elon to extend his poll, stating that he is even leaving his bed to make a video. Jeremy continued to tweet. A Twitter user commented on how frustrated Jeremy was over this, calling it
utterly hilarious. How flustered you are over this. This is your personal 9/11.
Jeremy's personal 9/11.
Oh my God.
Jeremy responded, quote, yes, Twitter is the public square. Losing freedom of speech in that square is more important than 9/11. Does that make you feel uncomfortable? It makes me feel like shit to say it, but it's also true, unquote. Other creators, like Mr. Beast, were not as appreciative of Elon as Jeremy was, though he did try to change his mind. By the 10th tweet, Jeremy had released his video and tagged Elon Musk, asking if we could get just 3 minutes on the phone with him.
I literally got out of bed to make this video. My most important video that I've literally ever made on this channel.
Jeremy in this
Jesus Christ.
I'm a fucking bitch.
Video asked his viewers to vote on Elon's poll, and if they didn't have an account, he requested they make one. Then he attempts to rally his contemporaries.
I'm calling my fellow content creators, Sydney Watson, Count Dankula, Bearing.
How about that one guy with the ramen noodle hair? Been around forever. You know him?
Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin.
You know Wings of Redemption?
If they let
Chance Wilkins
this window pass without throwing their hat in the ring, without getting out of bed to fight.
Is the guy just made like an off comment about should I step down as head of Twitter, just wanting people to glaze him a little bit. That's what I got anyways. He just wanting people to kiss his ass a little bit. He wanted to be Elon Musk. And this guy took it as, I need to have this job. Twitter's going away if I don't fix things for him.
For freedom of speech, I will forever remember it. But if you don't get out of bed as a fellow content creator, if you don't wake up, fight for this,
oh my God.
I don't ever want to hear your freaking opinion ever again about freedom of speech. I need you to remember this moment when all of my fellow free speech content creators were in bed, okay? While they weren't paying attention to the most important decision in free speech online in history. Look, I'm 40. I'm tired.
What was the fucking decision here?
I'm sweaty. I'm fat. I'm overweight.
Yes. And you want another job? You want a huge responsibility that will kill you probably within like a week?
I'm not long for this planet.
No shit.
It's the culture war. Twitter is the public
to
square.
pee in the
We
garage.
must keep Elon in charge.
Oh my god.
Jeremy's video was not being well received, nor were his.
You're gargling hard. Yes, you are. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I just read that. Should I step down from Twitter as Elon Musk just wanting someone to fondle his balls a little bit and tell him how great he is? And this fucking...
I'm a fucking bitch.
Fucking bitch right here takes it as, okay, he's stepping down like right now. We've got to support Twitter now. We've got to completely throw everything in. He's leaving. The lights are going to get turned off if we don't take over right now.
Comments stating that Elon potentially stepping down is worse than 9/11. Creator Nicholas DeOrio was one of many antagonizing Jeremy, enough so that Jeremy challenged him to a boxing match.
Oh my god.
DeOrio referenced Jeremy's Gen Con assault as evidence that he was already on a losing streak. After a long night of tweeting, Jeremy was going to bed. So I had a mental breakdown. This video was posted December 21st. Jeremy explains the tweets were the results of stress from his coffee company. From
God damn.
Starting dishes not working.
Maybe you should get away from the coffee for a little while. Too much caffeine seems to mess with you.
From helping other creators and coping with alcohol. Jeremy again expresses his desire to achieve an acceptable work-life balance.
It's crazy when like things are going good on YouTube and like you're just uploading videos and everyone's a banger and everything's going good and you're earning good money and you know the channel is adding all these new subscribers, which I'm very thankful for. But it's addicting. And I have clearly an addictive personality, so...
Jeremy will not begin 2023 strong because he was banned on Twitter for sharing a photo of Eliza Blue, a photo that could be found in a music video. This ban was reversed, but not before he alluded to her connections with Tim Pool and how little he was doing to support him.
I posted a publicly available screenshot for a video that is still currently live on YouTube of a particular public figure who is currently known as Eliza Blue, but has been known under at least 4 other names that I know of, none of which are her birth name, where her dad is a Republican politician. A lot of Republicans, Republican content creators, and I don't like I don't like bullying people or trying to guilt people into support, but there have been a lot of people very curiously quiet, people that platformed this woman for clicks on their podcasts or their YouTube videos.
The dispute between Tim and Jeremy was worse than he was letting on, going as far to tweet that there was no drama between them, but there are disagreements. By February 4th, Tim had blocked Jeremy on Twitter, a decision partly made due to Jeremy messaging him about Eliza Blue.
We booked him twice. He canceled on us twice. The second time he canceled on us at the exact last minute, and we didn't know, and we had to find someone else. Fortunately, we had Matt Strickland on, and he was great. Then I'll let everybody who's a member know why I blocked him, because he sent me a message at 2 a.m.
He probably sent you more than just one, didn't he? About 20 of them in a row.
Which came off as...
I want to know if you would get him in contact with Elon Musk, if you could... he's putting in his application to be the boss of Twitter.
A veiled threat. I will try and quote it verbatim what he said.
Jesus.
I know our audiences want a war, but I don't. Please tell me your guy is taking her to task.
It was not soon after that Jeremy had another episode.
Bruh, you have done it. Drunk live many times. Oh, you have done it drunk live many times. Oh, of course. I've done plenty of drunk live streams. Just not right now.
This episode did involve alcohol, but it was different from the rest because it was in the window of a 4-hour live stream where Jeremy would get more and more intoxicated, culminating in guests joining him at peak intoxication.
If Anna or Brittany, they both have my cell phone number. So if they want to come on, I'll send them the link. I must have a female. Wait, let me get some boobs on here. Allie. All right, I'll get you in here, Allie. Allie Drummond, okay? I'm going to require a cam on for her. There's thousands of people in this chat have never seen me without a hat on. I'm not drunk at all, Matt Age. Ready?
Yeah, I remember the quartering, or not the quartering, the Kino Casino fucking with him about this one, this little
Sure, I've gone from a 4-head to a 5-head, but I'm not bald. I need a vagine in this chat so I can go pee. I got to pee so bad, but one of these girls better show up.
Welcome to the stream. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm killing it.
Yeah, I didn't think that anybody would be into pregnant chicks, but hey, I guess the internet's a big place, so maybe they are.
She also has an OnlyFans where she sells breast milk pictures, stuff like that. So, Allie, I mean, we've only ever exchanged nudes online. So, what's it? I appreciate you joining me.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. My husband actually likes your content, and I didn't even know that you had reacted to my content before. I didn't even think you like looked at my channel like that.
Well, it's obviously before you were pregnant. Now that I know you're pregnant, I've moved on. I'm diagnosed Asperger's, so I can say it.
Oh, what?
But like,
But
yeah.
you seem like the
Yeah.
very normal. What?
Hello.
Oh my lord!
I love how much women hate her just because she's so beautiful.
I was pretty ugly before I learned how to do my hair and my eyebrows.
Ah.
Oh yeah, and you were blessed with gigantic boobs. But the
Came in
and-
later.
Are you live
Everyone's
right now?
yelling. Yeah.
Are you live right now? Yeah. So
Yeah,
if you want, I'm not going to be offended. Brittany said she's going to pop a nip later. Maybe when I say later, we don't really know when that means. Astro Boy says, Jeremy, sign up for the night. You're hurting your brand. What do you mean? My brand is what I am.
Jeremy deleted the stream, and the following months, he made his first video of the year claiming YouTube was targeting his channel, deeming the survival of his channel and others were important to fight the culture war. The last section of this video is dedicated to persuading viewers to join his mailing list or join his locals page, where he states financial support is optional. To add to Jeremy's list of projects and responsibilities that include his coffee, his main channel, his Rumble live streams, his constant advertising that has him tweeting on average 20 times a day, was now the Publica, his magnum opus. A news website like Exclusively Games that was meant to deliver more neutral and honest stories, co-founded by Sydney Watson, someone who Jeremy also had a podcast with. Jeremy and the rest of his audience will later find out Sydney did not have a high opinion of him. This clip could possibly explain why.
Have you ever peed in a trough where there's like dongs on the left of you and to the right? You can
Bro,
see them both.
you
and
don't
you're
have to
peeing
look
in an
at them.
open river.
You don't have to look at them. It's
You
not
have
like
to look. It's a respect thing. I guess I can only speak of, to my experience. If there's a guy who is like supremely hung, you would like rib him about it. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Versus like be jealous. Most of our
Moving to-
conversations are you saying, man, I really want to put a bunch of work into things. And I'm like, Sid, whore yourself out.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you even just text me tits.
Maybe this is something that guys and girls can come together on.
Yeah.
So when I know, like, let's say I go to like a fair, a festival, or something like that, right?
Oh boy.
I take Imodium before I go.
What's that?
It's like
He must shit himself a lot if he has to think about that. Having to take Imodium before he leaves the house. And again, I still do not know where he's from, but the whole Renaissance Fair video and now him continuing to talk about these fairs, I don't think they have those here. So I'm still thinking Midwest.
For diarrhea.
Wisconsin or something.
So it like
Oh, you do not, dude. What is happening? This is
I
devolving.
do from that.
This is not information that I needed.
It's called the life hack, Sydney. Okay,
It just confirms for me that men are revolting.
The importance of the success of the Publica to Jeremy was the same as his coffee. He chased it as an out to increase his income while lessening the time he worked on YouTube, as any dip in revenue would increase stress. That and he was discontent with the direction of YouTube, now angry that they were pushing YouTube channel promotions, asserting how insulting the proposition was to have to pay YouTube to promote his videos while his subscribers were not receiving notifications. Even so, this service would be on the back of Jeremy's mind. For now, compared to 2022, 2023 seemed like a better year for Jeremy. His life was beginning to see some stability, but then in August, his father passed.
I mean, why not, instead of just buying a bunch of the stupid shit that you buy, throw $20 at YouTube. See what it does. Even if it is for like a week.
Passed away. In this video, he reflects on the shortness of life, the importance of spending it with loved ones, and the importance of making peace with others while there is still time. In November, after...
Whoa, I've seen that before, but... On YouTube, 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m. Oh my god, and that's every day? and then live on Rumble Monday through Friday at noon. So my question, when he's uploading a video at 1 p.m., but he's live on Rumble at noon, how long is that Rumble stream? Is it 1 hour? When he gets off, what is he uploading to YouTube? But I guess he has people working for him, and I guess it's just all clips from his bullshit from the day before, maybe? I don't know.
Loved ones, and the importance of making peace with others while there is still time. In November, after 6 years of not posting on it, Jeremy resurrected his RC channel, a decision he made to relieve stress. This is a channel he'd post most frequently to in 2024, a year that pushed Jeremy towards the quartering and away from his failing external projects. Still, a ghost of a former project would come back to haunt him in a somewhat ironic way.
When you are living off other people's work exclusively, I think that's the definition of parasitic. You know, you can make the same argument. Look, I cover other people's news too, right? I try to say, hey, this is where it's come from. Try to give,
Jeremy was irritated that his former employee, Ian Miles Chung, had posted on Twitter one of the Publica's headlines without giving credit to the website. After Chung got into an argument with Jeremy on Twitter, Chung posted the infamous 2008 video of Jeremy.
Here's the creep advising peds on how to clean up their messes. Yeah. His response was to take a video from 20 years ago where
But telling pedophiles how to dodge getting found out by their IT is timeless. It doesn't matter when the fuck it was.
I am simply describing to people that when they take their computers in to get fixed, oftentimes techs will look at the files. It obviously had.
Again, you should not even tell them to do anything. If they've got CP on their computer, they need to be found out. Don't tell them how to hide it, you dumb shit.
Nothing to do with advising predators.
Exactly. Thank you, Cement Shoes.
Jeremy is misremembering or lying. It was not just a video informing viewers that techs look at impertinent information when doing repairs.
It was, it's a joke. We do read your email.
It was also a video giving the specific advice to rename or delete sensitive folders. Advice given after he told a story about how a predator had insufficiently hid their files. Regardless, Jeremy threatened to sue Chung for libel, and that's as far as the disagreement went. In April of 2024, Jeremy instead had his eyes on two different creators, Styx Hexenhammer 666 and Melanie Mac. Jeremy started 2 podcasts with them.
Oh yeah, I forgot that fucking stupid, drunk, pirate, whatever the hell, Styx was on his channel there for a while.
Independent of one another. Styx Hexenhammer has a reciprocal energetic feeding or a sort of pact with Stolnus, a non-Judeo-Christian demon that takes a form of an owl and visited him first when he was a child. In simple terms, he worships a demon owl. Melanie Mac is a Christian self-proclaimed libertarian who states she does not hate homosexuals but does hate their actions. And Jeremy Hambley is the owner of The Quartering, a channel that had the goal to push the conversation, not further tensions. He is the owner of 2 businesses that while he desperately wants them to remain apolitical, on the same channel that he advertises his businesses is now selling Trump cooked books, Trump tailgate stickers, and Never Kamala stickers. And by late September 2024, Jeremy was down to running one major business outside of his YouTube because the Publica was no more.
And I didn't have the time to promote paid memberships there that would have helped.
Well, I mean, you don't have any time at all. You're too busy buying toys back there. Commodore 64. That's a new one.
Sponsors really aren't out there for a news site that, dunks on, trans weirdos and Indian people and stuff like that. There just wasn't anything out there. So, I guess I didn't get any mysterious billionaire donors either.
Yeah, I don't know if he sympathizes in that direction or not, but he's definitely a fucking creep. I mean, just seeing how he just immediately just goes certain directions when talking to women and then has to resort to paying them to stick around and basically become, I guess, things for him to talk at.
Jeremy appeared to have remained cordial with his former employees, but not Sydney Watson, his former business partner.
Are the Quartering and Sydney Watson not cool no more? No, 100% not cool with Sydney Watson. She talked massive amounts of shit about me in these feminist DM groups, and one day I'll expose it all.
One day I'll share, because all of her woman friends, by the way, turned against her and shared all of her DMs with me.
And it's pretty, it's a cliche, I know. But it always seems the ones who are so against everything else, they end up, you know, secretly being that. The ones who, yeah. So, you know, he may have an epiphany one day and come out like Chris Chan did, or maybe it's just the way he's going to try to get women, just like Chris Chan's doing. All of a sudden, he's going to be trans and come on with his stupid beard and flannel dress.
All of her so-called feminist confidants immediately sold her out to me. She said heinous shit about me after I paid for everything with the Publica. And it made me want to sue her because she never paid a single fucking penny for anything at that company. I lost $100,000 or more. Jeremy confirmed doormat. Yeah.
With the failure of the Publica, Jeremy would have to rely more on his YouTube channel, a channel that had its best year ever. In June, he broke his record for monthly viewership at 71 million views. This could also have been a fluke. 2024 was an election year, and Jeremy's channel afterwards could as easily see a decline that would come at the worst time possible, as he had attracted the attention of two persistent adversaries.
Yep, so 2024, they said?
Quartering has made a career by selling outrage, and uses the same strategy to dismiss his critics.
Yeah, Alvin says, does Sticks know you crapped yourself in a store?
What?
I know that that Albin's not doing this, but sometimes like leftoids are like, use that to try to make fun of me. I'm like, I told that story on a podcast. Like, you have to all...
Yeah, so it can never be talked about again. It could never be made fun of. Because he owns it. It's his story. You can't laugh at that.
Also understand that a significant following is going to bring a significant unfollowing. A group of people that hate you, especially if you talk about some divisive stuff. But you have to understand who's on the other side of that stuff. It's like that person's life sucks. It's terrible.
Over the last 8 years, Jeremy's pleas for support have become more underhanded and more absurd. It began with his initial understanding at the end of his MTG days that having purpose and a defined enemy sells better than anything else he's tried. He has thrown himself in one of the most divisive spaces and has done well for himself, perhaps too well. On several occasions, he has leaked his earnings, flaunted his wealth, and returned for more. Whether he is pressured by anxiety to earn more as a distraction from his life or is truly terrible with finances,
Carnivore cat? Where was that? Oh, okay, I got you. Carnivore cat says hi. I thought I missed the chat.
Jeremy has constantly advertised his financial support platforms, businesses, business ventures, even employees' salaries as necessities to fight the quote-unquote culture war. As this pattern has become noticeable, the reality of the wealth he has accumulated and the reality he sells that he's always nearing financial ruination does not meld well. This is why 2025 would be the worst year for him. It would be the year that his views, apart from when he started his channel, would be the worst they've ever been. His earnings, while still likely in the tens of thousands per month, would not be going up, incentivizing Jeremy to petition for more money and further fictionalize his opposition that is infinitely powerful.
We are not a dropship outlet. We're a real coffee company.
Oh, God.
And I made that investment with the plan of having something that could grow. Well, we've never been at our most vulnerable. You probably saw I was selling my Neo Geo collection. I'm selling.
I remember this part. This stuff I actually watched where he was basically picking individual comments from like Amazon and like just going after these people.
My Nintendo collection. I'm selling all this stuff to help fund this stuff. And it's because I believe in the things that I'm doing. But now we hit a roadblock that I need to try and reach out and give you an understanding of why I could use some help. I can't confirm this for sure. The only thing that we were reliant on anyone else for was some of the boxes for our K-Cups and some of the procedures around that. Well, apparently that person, I don't know this for sure, but I suspect it, saw my YouTube channel and didn't like my politics. And while we have a 20,000 K-Cup order, basically decided to tell us, to pound sand, or I don't know what's going on. We haven't heard anything back.
The title of this video is Woke Leftist Just Screwed Me Over and All My Staff. Jeremy says he is selling his Neo Geo and Nintendo collection. These are retro gaming consoles and games that Jeremy has a large collection of. As for the core of the video, according to Jeremy, he only assumes the order was cancelled because of his politics. Furthermore, he bought an $80,000 machine to make coffee K-Cups and allegedly took out an $80,000 loan through his credit card to pay for it. That is not even the extent of his debt.
Christ.
I've got $300,000 almost floating right now in debt. I'm just being dead serious.
Some of the comments on this video read, quote,
"You're just being a dumbass.
Imagine being financially irresponsible as this and blaming leftists for your own incompetence.
Right.
Couldn't have happened to a better person. Can't take any responsibility and got ruined in a free market doing what 10,000 other YouTubers have done. $300,000 in debt. It's almost like woke ain't the only ones going broke." Unquote. That video was released in March, which appears to be the same month of this livestream where the mutual frustration Jeremy and his viewers had clashed.
Yeah.
Jeremy, your show is not worth all of your BS promotions I have to listen to. I'm done. Okay, 757 driver, first of all, I'm gonna ban you from chat, and you can suck my fucking ass, dude. I have been live streaming on a fucking Sunday.
That's a real close to getting a spoon and eat my shit out of my ass, like DSP says.
For 3 fucking hours. Instead of spending time with my wife and relaxing, I have been streaming for 3 fucking hours.
But this is your only fucking job. God damn. This is your job. You've been working for 3 hours.
Sorry. Okay? Sorry if I'm trying to make a living. You can go fuck yourself.
You ignore comments like that.
Fuck you. I don't have any time for that. You fuck off. I don't want you to watch my videos. I hate you. You know how hard I work on my coffee company? I'm not like these other losers that just do dropship coffee. We have 15 people's jobs that depend on this. So I'm sorry if...
So 15 people fucking talked you into some shit when really, yeah, you're just doing like everybody else. You're buying the same coffee someone else is selling with a different label on it.
In 3 fucking hours of live streaming, I talked about it 3 times. I'm sorry.
In April, Jeremy released a video titled, "Woke Psychos Try Destroying Local Business for Being Conservative and It Backfires, Hopefully."
It's kind of become a meme on this channel of like, I'm under attack. Like, I get that.
This near 14-minute video is about Jeremy being disgruntled that he got a 1-star review. This is a 1-star review out of 36 reviews. The other 35 are all 5 stars.
It's a lot like, I hate making the comparison all the time to Cyrax, but yeah, having his brand when it's just him putting shit on a shirt and giving a link to it.
Review in question shows no indication that it was motivated by Jeremy's politics because the user is very specific with their criticism, citing the high price of $100 for 6 items in the package. These are 3 snacks of dubious quality, 2 small bags of coffee, and a reusable K-Cup. As evidence that this user was politically motivated, he fed the response to Grok, Twitter's AI, and asked it if it was politically motivated. Jeremy then admitted he reported the review to Amazon. The comments on this video are vastly different than the last. They are still in the same spirit, but are cryptic with their messaging. Quote, "The casino sends its regards, quarter pounder. Bro, rule number 1 of the internet. Never feed the trolls. The house always wins." Unquote.
You're asking them to do super chats. You're asking them to get channel memberships. You're asking them to do memberships at thequartering.com.
And Meta PCs, that's another thing. That's the ones who give these guys computers, I guess, to advertise them.
Rumblecast, watch the video.
I think Wings of Redemption got one.
Videos, watch the ads. And then they also have to...
wonder if I can get some of that action.
Buy the coffee? Like,
I'll put a powered by Meta PC at the top. I don't give a fuck.
How much more do you need?
Content creators PPP and Andy Worski have been online for a very long time. They are in.
How many times has June the King made a documentary and these fuckers have been a part of it now? I mean, I think the one about Review Tech USA, this one, DSP, is that the only three? I thought there was another one. I don't know.
Internet jesters, and together they are the Kino Casino. Unlike Jeremy's prior opposition, their motivation for choosing their targets is not influenced by politics. They don't take themselves or their critiques all too seriously. They do accentuate the absurdity of infamous figures, covering their antics on their live streams spread across months, maybe even years. In Jeremy's case, they are the worst enemy to have because the Kino Casino does what Jeremy does, only infinitely better. Jeremy draws online stalemates by sheer attrition or manipulation. He uploads so many videos against his targets and selectively edits them that accurately responding to them all is unfeasible. Such was the case with Tularian Community College and the H3 podcast. He can maintain his ironically skeptic audience with his deception, knowing that they will only ever watch his video on the matter. The Kino Casino, however, just like Jeremy, weaves narratives about creators they cover. Where Jeremy is reliant on a handful of pejoratives that he uses indiscriminately, the Kino Casino is far more crude, specific, and unconcerned with their insults, as Jeremy would later find. At first, their coverage of Jeremy began in 2024. It was mostly through stories he was tangential to. If anything, they were following Styx Hexenhammer more. Interest in Jeremy grew when Styx failed to show up to his live show. This is when Jeremy found out live that his co-host had been arrested for domestic violence. Jeremy then spent the rest of the stream attempting to bail him out, even asking if any audience
attempting to bail him out on live stream.
Members lived near Styx to walk over the documentation needed for bail. It was not until around April 2025 that the Kino Casino had an invested interest in the quartering. Again, partly because of Styx, who admitted to be working for Jeremy basically for free, likely to pay off his bail, and on a live show fell asleep.
He's not happy right now. He's staring at Styx, and Styx is just in a blissful dream state on drugs. He's like, what do we do with this guy?
This can't.
Look at Quartering Bro! He's very displeased right now.
Jeremy fired Styx because of this blunder. The Kino Casino proceeded to cover Jeremy as one of their main targets. Initially, their coverage was on Jeremy's business-related videos, particularly the ones where Jeremy attributes political beliefs to anyone that negatively affected his business. Jeremy was now dealing with a truly declining channel, a possibly failing business, and the Kino Casino. This is likely why he uploaded this video on May 20th.
This year has been the most stressful, most difficult year of content creation that I've ever had.
Naturally, to counter the stress, Jeremy was tweeting about expanding his RC collection, teasing at more RC videos.
Buying
on stream
toys.
and his podcast with Melanie Mack and now Hannah Claire, a former employee of Tim Pool, Jeremy would speak of buying watches for around $10,000. On separate occasions, he would talk about the customized Cybertruck he owns and how he...
Now, I love a good watch. I'm not spending $10,000 on a watch. I think my most expensive watch is probably... maybe $200, maybe? That's the Seiko watch.
He's thinking of selling it. On Twitter, users pointed out how Jeremy was flaunting his wealth and weaponizing outrage even more for money. He simply responded with, "Stop being poor, F slur." As to only dig himself a deeper hole, he responded to the Kino Casino covering him, calling PPP the only guy fatter than him on the internet, and Andy Worski a burnt-out cokehead. Also adding, quote, "By the way, I'm happy to join these clowns any night on a stream," unquote. The Kino Casino, a live stream and clip channel much smaller than Jeremy, had successfully gotten his attention. Now that they have evidence that Jeremy is aware of their insults, they are motivated to cover him even more. Especially now that in June, he was continuing to flaunt his wealth by purchasing a massive saltwater fish tank. Only 19 days later, Jeremy uploaded a video titled, "I'm Destroying My Channel." In the video, Jeremy talks about having terrible anxiety, spending nearly every night thinking about how he's going to save his channel, while reminding his audience that his channel needs to succeed for the sake of his employees.
That all rely on YouTube, which has been extremely consistent.
And that's the shittiest part. That's the shittiest part. Not just trying to grift people into giving him money to buy his own bullshit, but talk about how all these other people, you know, they can't survive without the money that he pays them. And again, what the fuck they do Besides post shit at 12, 2, 3, 5, 6. Oh.
For me, over the past 5 years. For the first time.
I thought that's what family was supposed to do for me. Family, where are you? I thought you were my editor.
In 3 or 4 years, I have started losing a lot of subscribers.
You guys got to give me money. Got to support family, right?
Hundreds, thousands a day. I couldn't figure it out. I can't figure it out.
Jeremy pleads to his audience, claiming he is reducing the amount of ad reads to 1 a day. As for his content, Jeremy wants to create in-depth videos and be wrong less.
I think the market has shifted, and it's no longer okay just to have to, you know, just to read an article and give my, whoa, that's crazy. I need to be better. And to avoid having my wife sell her feet pictures, I have hired
his wife sell his feet pictures. Damn.
A researcher, full time. I was having near daily anxiety. You see me squirming around, doing this, touching myself, like it's a weird tick, like touching my heart.
Jeremy was agitated, anxious, and one of the casino's prime targets on their July 4th stream. Here, they covered the previous month's happenings, even Jeremy's new, inferior Rumble contract.
So now what he has to do, because of his Rumble deal being changed, he has to...
And Rumble lies to you. I've been live on Rumble. Right now, we're just live on YouTube. We don't really go live anywhere else these days. But, like, during some of these streams, it says that we got, like, 45 views. Like, there's 45 viewers while we're live. Not a single fucking comment in the Rumble chat. Not that we would ever see it pop up here. 45 views, 15 views, 43, 28, 27, and so on. It's a lie. Completely inflated.
Shill the Rumble subs, and he only gets half of that, honey.
Let's just say we took a pretty huge pay cut at the end of our Rumble contract, and
I wonder why.
Let's go to his most recent video and see if anything
That's what I was gonna do.
By the way, what's the title of this video?
Video?
Flight forced to emergency land for insane reasons. So it sounds really clickbait. Okay, at least it didn't start with a coffee plug.
What's the thumbnail? Hang on, let's see the thumbnail. Let's see. I'm done
flying forever. So it's just full on clickbait bullshit.
By the way, one of the last chances to get your hands on a
there it is! Immediately he's shilling the coffee. How long did it take for him to shill the coffee?
35 seconds.
35 seconds. So we get literally no content before the shill.
We click the first video.
On Kiwi forums, while much of Jeremy's board devolves into speculation, user Return of the Mac and Cheese, while still joining in on the speculation,
Fat Pounder has gout again. Quartering has been crying about his foot for the past week. Oh God, I was talking about my toe. Someone will say I have gout. He initially claimed it was irritated because he had been exercising too much. Now with Luke in town, Fat Pounder has gout, can barely walk, drinking less, eating better. Luke snitched that Quartering has a pantry full of snacks.
would often upload clips from Jeremy's Rumble live streams, making sure to prioritize the release of new information, like Jeremy's bout with gout, his worries with YouTube demonetizing low-effort content, and detailed information on his coffee sales. The Kino Casino would credit and utilize Return of the Mac and Cheese research, making these segments more frequent and more popular.
The following will not be eligible.
Mac and cheese? Is that what he calls him and that Melanie Mac person? So he must be from Wisconsin, right? That's nobody flaunts cheese except Wisconsin and Switzerland.
For monetization. Reused or repurposed videos. Copied content. That seems the same to me. Low effort uploads. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He goes, uh-oh.
By August, it was clear that Jeremy did not improve the quality of his content.
That NWO shirt right there.
Instead of addressing its flaws, he once again turned the blame on YouTube.
I need to have an NWO button, but instead all I have is the quartering button.
I'm a fucking bitch.
Blaming the company for selectively lowering his channel's viewership. This is why he made the new channel, Quartering Live.
Used to have Quarter Cast, and there was like 70,000 subscribers on there, but YouTube shadow banned it, which has also been giving me immense stress.
Okay, no, it was shadow banned. The stress of the shadow bans. This is what
shadow banning is a real thing. I know.
Every fucking political grifter says till the end of fucking time.
And mine, I can't say I have proof, but the very next day that they issued that Trump White House thing where they reversed something that Biden did, instructing YouTube to demonetize or ban political streamers, even though I'm not political. The day after they issued that press release, I got a email from YouTube that I was put back into the partner program. Now, some might say it's a coincidence. Like maybe it's just the timing. I didn't apply. I didn't throw my hat back into the ring. It was just reversed from 2 years of not being monetized to you're accepted back into the program without ever applying again.
Been shadow banned.
Well, I'm not gonna say without ever applying. I had applied during that 2-year period and would get rejected every single time.
Pressing me in the algorithm.
Jeremy's Quartering Live channel has considerably less viewership than the Quartering. These uploads often get less than 1,000 views a video, with these tests effectively proving the shadow banning of his main channel was false.
White women, I'm gonna start releasing videos. I'm gonna use this page right here to name them. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. They're eating cats as TV turned into porn, Costco blasted.
He was now claiming that the majority of internet traffic is fake.
My videos have basically remained the same quality for 12 years.
Yours is fake. Rumble is fake. It's absolutely fake.
Oh my God.
That's the problem, buddy.
Imagine saying that out loud.
So you're saying, pal, that what worked in 2013 should work exactly the same in 2025. That's delusional, buddy.
I just think that there's something weird going on. Like everybody collectively has had enough of the internet.
I'm gonna be real.
No,
everyone's had enough of the internet.
Okay, guys.
There's dead internet theory, which I do subscribe to, which basically, if I'm oversimplifying it, is that the majority of internet traffic is fake.
Jeremy was using all that he learned in the past 2 decades to attempt to resuscitate his channel, even using his oldest trick.
Have you ever thought to yourself, hey, somebody should be paying me to watch these videos?
Oh, God.
Well, I've heard you loud and clear, and that's exactly what this week's going to be.
Hey, Quartering, you dumbass. You're supposed to be a businessman that understands this. You know they're supposed to pay you for the streams? That's how you make money. You're not supposed to be paying them. It's another vanity project for you. Look at all the viewers we have that I paid for.
Yeah.
Jeremy was attempting to fall back on giveaways. I
mean, why not just bot? If you're gonna fucking do that, you might as well not embarrass yourself and just fucking pay somebody. Ah, damn.
YouTube had long reduced the influence subscribers have on creators. The Kino Casino covered this and were following Jeremy's financial decisions. Come late August, they also began covering Jeremy's many stories of involuntary bowel movements.
Only keep people for an hour, and I was totally off my game because I have...
That's different than IBS. Involuntary bowel movements?
Anxiety diarrhea from you.
He has anxiety diarrhea. He has anxiety diarrhea.
I was trying to poop for an hour straight before the show, and then once
was it
started,
the 15 beer?
You're gonna end up like Elvis. You're gonna die on the fucking toilet if you're having to poop for an hour and nothing's happening.
For an hour straight. He's on the porcelain
You're
throne.
gonna die.
The porcelain Punisher is right.
I mean, I had diarrhea for like 5 straight months.
5 straight.
So he's either he can't shit or he's just shitting immediately. It's always some kind of emergency.
Months. These are the diarrhea files.
When I'm trying to really work on my gut biome, as my well-documented nonstop diarrhea.
In September, the Kino Casino rediscovered the pinnacle of Jeremy's diarrhea-related stories. They uncovered the Walmart story.
The trail of smears.
This is the trail of
the trail of smears. My God.
smears. No, it really is the trail of smears. I hate to spoil it. It's amazing when we get to this.
To Jeremy, this was a step too far. The Kino Casino early September had both covered the Walmart story and dominated the search term Jeremy Hambly. So he renamed his podcast channel.
So if you search for Jeremy Hambly on YouTube, you'll see here that pretty much every single result is now for Kino Casino clip. We have completely taken over this guy's name. Now, we weren't intentionally doing this. This wasn't a plan by ours at all. Jeremy goes, yeah, when you search my name, it's literally only snark and bullshit. It's apparently now required. So Jeremy has rebranded the Quartercast to being Jeremy Hambly, the Jeremy Hambly Show.
Help me take back the search results. Basically,
oh my God.
People that want to spread like terrible misinformation about
Okay, what is the misinformation?
It's all people who used to watch me, and
it's all his fans. Every single body who makes fun of him. Yeah,
that's fine. Again, you're allowed to make all the content you want on me. You're just not gonna outrank me.
Jeremy was not,
but they are
only acknowledging the Kino Casino, but also reading their viewers' donations, emboldening them to join in.
What's everybody got going on this weekend? Have your daily diarrhea dump.
Look how felted he is. He knows.
A week later, with the Kino Casino still competing with the search term Jeremy Hambly,
and you can accept a super chat without reading it. I mean, I couldn't do anything about it right now, because if you super chat me, it's gonna fucking say it. TTS, whatever. But he doesn't have that. I don't think he can read in his mind. He has to say it out loud.
Jeremy was now using his main channel to outrank them. On September 17th, Jeremy on Twitter claimed that he has never even heard of the Kino Casino, while at the same time directly replying to their tweet asking to get on their show. When this did not work, he tagged both PPP and Andy Worski. Unable to take out his frustration on them, he instead settled for his employees.
Oh wait, the White House. Did the White House actually post this?
There's a lot of deep fakes around, so who knows?
But they have the White House at the end.
Yeah,
You could cut that, right?
Yeah.
Shut up, bitch.
But what if this is the thing? Like, and you saw.
Did he just tell her to shut up, bitch? Damn.
Who knows?
But they have the White House at the end.
Yeah, but anyone
could cut that, right?
Yeah.
Shut up, bitch.
But what if this is the thing? Like, and you saw this with like everything Gavin Newsom's doing right now. Like, there's so much push to get better at social media. I mean, I sent Jeremy a post.
She just kept on going with the, I called you a bitch, and you just ignored it completely.
What?
In late October, the Kino Casino grew even more aggressive with their coverage of Jeremy. Their fans did their part.
Jeremy's a Ukraine supporter. No, I do like your use.
Harry Callahan! Officer Harry Callahan. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good night.
What's her name, though? The Porcelain Punisher?
All of this attention towards Jeremy was going to pay off, especially as he continued to post information related to his earnings, like in mid-October when he showed his previous 30 days of earnings on Rumble, amounting to 26,000. That's not all. He also got 6 million viewers and 195,000 hours viewed by those viewers.
If you're making $26,000 a month on Rumble, something's fucking wrong. Something's glitched in your favor. It shouldn't be.
Though Jeremy streams 4 hours on end, these stats meant that a viewer, on average, watched only 1 minute and 47 seconds of his content. Something is not quite right about these stats. Noel.
But still, How did he make $26,000?
The owner of Kiwi Farms then posted his stats as a direct comparison. Quote, both of us are showing you the last 30 days. Let's do a quick comparison. Jeremy gets approximately 48 times more views, but only 5.6 times as much money. Jeremy gets approximately 48 times more views, but only 2.75 times the watch hours. What is driving me crazy is the last part, 2.75 times the watch hours, unquote. Regardless of Jeremy's peculiar stats, he has now shown that through one revenue source, he has made $26,000, spending more than half of that in November on an RC track.
What kind of dirt did we use? Well, we used what they call baseball mix, like what they use for baseball diamonds.
Special dirt.
How much? Well, it was about $10,000.
Make me do it, Marty.
If you do it yourself, probably going to be $4,000 to $5,000. That shipping container was like $5,000 or $6,000, and I installed vents and solar.
I don't think it's going to cost $5,000 to $6,000 to get some PVC tubing, or HDPE, or whatever in the hell that shit is. High density polyethylene.
Lighting on the top, and inside, I've run power, but I'm not going to include that. That's like a luxury.
He's not even going to get to use it even one time. I don't know if this is going to survive the winter.
Think about it. $10,000 for the track, $4,000 for the shipping container, $14,000. How much is he asking for the
he said
GoFundMe?
14 grand.
Jeremy was indeed fundraising that amount of money for an
I mean, it's just dirt. It's just dirt. He could have cleaned up. He could have went to Lowe's and bought some dirt, mixed it with regular dirt. Been fine. Go to the goddamn beach.
Upcoming trip.
I bought the equipment.
No, I know he's living near the ocean, because apparently he's in some place that serves cheese. But there's beaches everywhere in the world. Even if it's a pond or a lake, it's still a beach.
So we could do our show live. I want to be able to interview like Russell Brand,
So,
Jack Posobiec.
He just admitted he already bought all the equipment. Okay.
Help us do this. I would be eternally thankful. And then we would also have all the equipment to do more live events.
But you already
so we would
bought
have
the equipment.
all the equipment.
Yeah. You already bought the equipment. You just told us you bought the equipment. What the fuck is this?
This is fucking a scam, bro. Okay, here we go.
You guys can help us out with something because it cost about $14,000 for me to pay for the crew and to buy the equipment to go out there.
No, for us to
all
pay.
the equipment's here and
What the hell?
paid for.
Okay, so
and,
all the equipment's here and paid for, so why do you need our money again?
Even though Jeremy mentioned he already bought all of the equipment, he would still include it in the fundraising costs. Perhaps Jeremy was reluctant to spend more money because of the failure of the Publica and the downturn in coffee sales. His yearly Advent coffee calendar sold 3,500 units in 2024. He does not...
But still, I mean, how the hell did 3,000 something people are dumb enough to buy this shit?
Think he will surpass 500 sales for it in 2025. Lucky for Jeremy, 2 donators made up the cost for the trip. Jeremy was going to AmericaFest, or AmFest for short, an annual convention hosted by Turning Point USA, and the Kino Casino was going to cover clips of it, analyzing 30 minutes of footage through 3 hours of live streaming. They covered the awkwardness of attendees walking up and interrupting the quartering's crew to get free bags of coffee that were laid out in front of their set. They also covered how Jeremy's setup was a fire hazard that he had to address. The Kino Casino also noted how little leeway Jeremy was getting, believing him to be a very unimportant attendee. Jeremy brought on guests, spoke of the convention, and fumbled much, to the extent that he misnamed his guest from the organization Gays Against Groomers as Gays for Groomers.
So we've got someone from Gays for Groomers coming up.
Gays for Groomers.
Oh no, that's the same one. That's the same one.
Context.
You're like a new viewer, and you don't know that he mumbles and mush mouths, and you go, "He's having who on?"
And then there was this interaction.
Melanie and I will be watching the football game tonight, and
What the fuck?
Hannah Claire is like, what the fuck? I haven't been invited to this football game.
maybe going somewhere family orientated.
I can't watch football with you guys? You can. Wow.
Ooh, no,
But
Mel
look
goes, yeah, come, please.
Is that what it is?
And Hannah Claire will probably be going
Watch
somewhere family.
Look at his
That was a plea. Bring it back. Did she actually mouth help me to her? Like it almost seemed like it, bro.
Oh my god! Wait, hang on.
No, she did.
And I
No,
will be
I
watching
think
the
she
football
might
game
have.
tonight, and Hannah Claire will probably be going.
What
No, did she stay healthy? Is that real?
Yo,
She did.
Somewhere
What?
family orientated.
I can't watch football with you guys.
You can.
Wow.
I would.
Now watch her saying "you're welcome" in female speech. Watch this.
Love that.
Oh yeah, that was
Woo!
Whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, she fucking said some shit back.
She's like-
She mouthed it.
And then last micro.
I can't watch
watch
football
this.
with you guys.
You can.
Wow.
I would love that.
Oh.
Now watch his face here.
yeah, that would be
Wow,
fun.
thanks, Melanie.
Ooh.
On Kiwi Farms, this interaction was exhaustively analyzed. The Kiwi Farms Twitter account even posted the interaction on Twitter, triggering a response from Jeremy. Jeremy calling it the gayest controversy ever, and tweeting at the owner of Kiwi Farms that this is normal behavior for adults in real life. Jeremy deleted these tweets, but not this one of an AI rendition of the three at Amphist. Jeremy is portrayed slovenly, next to a fearful Melanie Mack as Hannah Claire looks on with concern. The Kino Casino also covered day 2 and day 3 of the Amphist streams. Afterwards, they took a short break for the holidays and came back to cover Jeremy's declining channel.
His video business, his YouTube channel, has declined to its lowest level in over 5 years, down 66%.
2026 was a different year for Jeremy, where he would normally make the New Year's resolution to stop drinking, to lose weight, to work less. It appears he has resigned himself to stay the same. An unprovoked monologue from a January stream captures this.
A lot of people, you like have to make the choice of what your mindset is going to be and follow through. And I think for some people, it's like you get into a mode and
You're in the
always
rut.
looking for the negative. Yeah.
I would tell guys this all the time at the bar. You know, the bar I hang out at, it's a dive bar. Okay. There has not been an attractive single chick that walked in that bar in 20 years. There is some truth to the fact that people, what is the saying? Like, people are living the exact life that they want to live. And that does play out. But I feel like compelled to always try and be like, yeah, but do you want to, like, is this fun? Like, there was a point in my life when I was kind of depressed and feeling in a rut, and I would be at that bar 4 nights a week. But like, I had a wife at home, which was even less of an excuse. But like, I saw the same fucking people there every night, the same 10 people every night. And it's like, man, no, like, this is a rut so deep, you're never going to get out of it. Somebody who drank probably 4 to 5 nights a week and has now gone to maybe once every 2 weeks. There's a book I read that is just, it's a really easy read. And I'm not telling anyone, hey, you got to quit drinking forever, because I don't think I ever will. My plan is
the easy of a read as Rev's book.
Probably never to quit, but it made it way easier to not drink on a weeknight. You know, it went from like 1 to 2 times a week to like, wait, I drank like 6 days in a row. Like, what the fuck?
In those clips, Jeremy claims he drank 4 times a week, but then it was 6 times a week. The important bit was that he was making peace with his addiction, aiming to drink less rather than not at all. There was a similar approach to his YouTube channel as the Kino Casino were noticing.
Yes.
He got, on January 19th, 20,000 subs. On a day, he got 87,000 views. Okay.
Everyone's like, he bought subscribers. I'm like, no, I was running YouTube ads because things were leveling off. I wanted to see if I could re-engage. The views on that video, 80,000 of them were from my own channel. You get like 2,000 paid views, and it costs you about $2 to find a new subscriber.
Jeremy was now utilizing.
I've done that before. I've admitted that many times that like certain videos that I want to see if I'm going to get in trouble for it. You do the sponsor thing and you put like a budget of $10 for a month or whatever. And you're not going to get shit out of it. But if they accept it, there's no way they're going to demonetize the video or you're going to strike for it. So I would always run them through that. Like the lolcow landfills. And occasionally, I think the second one would not go through at all. But I believe the third and the fourth one went through.
What he previously called one of the most insulting services YouTube has ever offered him. As a comparison, the quartering in January got 10 million views and gained 50,000 subscribers. His peak month in June 2024 was 74 million views and 60,000 subscribers. This is around 7 times the views, yet just 1/5 more subscribers. This is how inordinate Jeremy's subscriber growth was. If 40,000 of those subscribers were paid, then that means Jeremy paid around $80,000 to YouTube in just January. Even stranger, Jeremy had long known how useless subscribers were through YouTube prioritizing their algorithm, but there is the possibility that this same learned behavior from 2008 is still present within him, where sub growth directly translates to dopamine, creating a strange loop where Jeremy is endlessly working to escape his life, is burning himself out and exhausting his money to artificially grow his channel, all done to feel better. What's more, exposing that he does this exposes that he has much more money that he's let on. $80,000 is how much he mentioned the K-Cup machine costs. It still does not stop there because Jeremy was reviving Unsleep Media also at a cost.
So eventually I just signed up for this, so I might have a new sponsor. So we'll see. See if they'll give me a fucking computer.
In fact, I have about $10,000 in product to open up to celebrate coming back.
Jeremy claims he was unbanned by Wizards of the Coast. As for the packs, he was phenomenally unlucky with the cards he received, obtaining many inexpensive, rare duplicates. The pinned and love comment on this video reads, quote, "Thanks for the heads up. Forgot about this channel. Unsubbed immediately. I would prefer an actual rectal prolapse than having to suffer through any content from Jeremy, the walking prolapse." Unquote.
So he live streamed this on the quartering live. And it has a grand total in a day of 1,500 views.
Live viewers?
Not live viewers, just replay views.
No! Wait, is this sweater inside out?
It might be inside out, but it looks like it's like a poop thing.
Wait, is that, I don't know, maybe it's just a style. I'm being like a little, now I'm being
it's
like
inside
extra.
out!
It's inside out!
The Kino Casino reacted to this lengthy stream, and where Jeremy admits to forgetting to go live at the very beginning, which means he was opening packs to no one, and is wearing his sweater inside out. The most shocking event did not even happen in this stream, but a different one.
Ash, emergency.
What's going on?
Quartering just got caught looking at cock porn?
No!
It's on Kiwi Farms!
Cock porn.
This is why I can't scroll Twitter.
That's why I'm out. Like if I'm ever hosting, I'm not logged in because that way it won't. It limits what you can see because I don't want.
There we go.
Yeah, sensitivity. Yeah, I guess I can probably do.
On Twitter, Jeremy claims that tweet suddenly popped up, furious that it did so, even tagging Elon Musk in the process. This tweet received a community note, explaining that Jeremy has in the past been exposed.
Oh yeah. Reddit forced cream pie. Oh!
For searching Reddit for forced cream pie, going as far to assume, quote, "It is easy to assume they search porn frequently and get recommended porn in their feed," unquote. Jeremy deleted this tweet. The antagonization of Jeremy had increased sharply. His antagonist now not only utilizing his sexual blunders to expose previous sexual blunders, but also now commenting on his finances and failing channel. Previously, Jeremy spoke about his watches, RC track, and saltwater fish tank. This time, he leaked his Rumble dashboard, presumably on purpose, showing a balance of $904,000. Much of this dashboard does not make sense and works against improving the image of Jeremy. To start, the center notification states that he has been rejected from the Rumble Creator Program. His balance from the last 30 days is $2,594 from 6.6 million views, a tremendously low pay rate, and with the views he has 158,000 hours viewed. This is even less than last time he leaked his dashboard. Now it averages to 86 seconds of watch time per viewer. Jeremy, soon after, admitted that the balance of $900,000 is false.
This is the super chat that makes him seethe and crash out here. Jeremy, if you have 900K in a Rumble account, why are you asking people for 14K to go to AmFest? And why couldn't you donate the 6K to Toys for Tots? He crashes out about this, and this is the moment where he admits the 900K isn't real.
And I recommend, as a man, as I'm sure you are, you don't worry about other men's money. The idea that I'm not sure what you're talking about with the Rumble money, but I get paid from Rumble monthly,
And it's not what people think. You know, it shows a bunch of money in there, but that money doesn't really exist.
So there it is. That's him admitting that the 900K isn't real.
There was a new revelation.
So I renewed my fucking notary on March 24th, and it is still being goddamn processed. What the hell? Yeah.
It turns out Jeremy did not sell his Neo Geo or even Nintendo collection.
I think that desk is the exact pattern of my desk. A copyright claim his desk. Oops.
Saw you're selling them off. No.
So he's looking over at his wife. Oh, so he's denying he ever sold them off.
She's like,
I sold my Neo Geo stuff
Now
a
he's
long
looking
time
at his
ago,
watch.
but my NES stuff is still around. I still have a good amount of Neo Geo stuff.
This is a fucking lie.
You can only really...
Jeremy on 2 occasions claimed that he sold his Neo Geo collection. Once in this tweet to focus on his Nintendo collection, and again when he was pleading to his audience to assist him with the purchase of an $80,000 K-Cup machine. Jeremy in the stream also touched on him promoting his videos, claiming he was spending around $20,000 a month, a large difference from the presumed $80,000. He arrived at the $20,000 figure because he doesn't find it strange to reinvest 20% of his earnings back into his channel, alluding to now earning $100,000 a month. Lastly, he clarifies that he has $20,000 to throw away each month.
If I didn't have 20 to 30 grand a month to advertise my own videos, do you think I would be doing it?
30.
With this revelation, Jeremy...
So if he's pumping 30 grand into YouTube to get him more views, that would explain a lot.
Jeremy's fundraising for events like Amfest seemed even less necessary than before. Regardless, Jeremy in March claimed he is not wealthy.
Isn't Jeremy rich? Why'd be concerned about finances? Well, I'm not rich. Only the rich can own a shipping container, according to fat retards from Canada. Yeah, if only fat retards from Canada were actual people. On Rumble, I've never paid for bots. I don't give a fuck. I have a contract with Rumble that does not care about my minimum viewership, does not care about any of that. None of that. Multi-million-dollar contract with Rumble. Multi-million. And they have never had minimum viewerships or anything like that. So, again, wait, so you aren't rich but willing to risk 100K?
Yeah. I wonder where his microphone is, because you hear every fucking movement in his goddamn mouth.
Yep, I am. If you can prove that I've ever bought bots for my live streams, I will give you 100,000 USD, or even in Bitcoin, if that's what you want. Just because you're begging us to buy your charity coffee, at the same time you're trying to flex your finances. I'm not begging anyone to buy my coffee. You're living in a fucking loser mindset. Do you have any idea? Like, I sell $150,000 of coffee a month, every month. You think I'm fucking poor? I'm saying I make well over $1 million a year just on coffee. You think I'm poor. So I'm done addressing you unless you put your money where your mouth is.
That last video is where this video was meant to end. Jesus. And this post, by Return of the Mac and Cheese, posted March 24th, was only a footnote. Now, it is the reason this video had to be rewritten to include a new chapter. Quote, "Yep, I got an anonymous tip from someone who claims to know people who know of Jer IRL that Quartering's best friend is a legit wife-busting bull. I looked into it and can 100% confirm this is real, and dude and his wife swing through the Hambly house to get blackout drunk and hang out in the hot tub and use your imagination. What else?" Unquote. Jeremy's friend has
he's probably, fucking his wife because, I mean, if he's so concerned about his YouTube channel and that stuff, he's got to be doing videos all the time.
Publicly on Twitter that they are friends. He is also part of the Quartering's Discord server, even given the unique role of Quartering legend. Mac and Cheese then shows Jeremy's friend's Discord ID is GrapeJelly817. There is a Reddit account with this exact same username. The problem was that this post and commentary was hidden, but a bug allowed Mac and Cheese to somehow view the hidden comments. Several comments were made on r/Midwest Hotwives, a subreddit dedicated to lewd photos and swinging, and also the Wisconsin Bulls subreddit. This is
I thoroughly enjoyed your husband pushing your head down on my cock this weekend. Striking Educator 74. Oh, God.
specifically dedicated to seeking out a quote-unquote bull, a third party to join in intercourse with a couple, sometimes as one partner observes rather than joining in. And Jeremy's friend, with his real name on Twitter, can be seen petitioning women for sex. This all proving that Jeremy's friend is an active swinger. The rest of the post is full of clips or photos meant to convince readers that Jeremy and or his wife is involved with his friend and or his friend's wife. First of note is this clip considered to be a Freudian slip.
Right? Like, he's got some STD or clearly he's taking a part in that lifestyle. You know, in my experience, I've never taken part in this lifestyle, but I know I have friends who have, and then obviously I've covered people who have, you know, swingers. Instead of cucking now, they call it hot wifing, which is literally just letting your wife bone other dudes. Yeah.
This post also includes Jeremy's belief that Nick Rekieta, a different controversial creator receiving oral sex from a woman who is not his wife on stream, is not a quote-unquote own. Jeremy's previously leaked search of Reddit for cream pies, the specific type of pornography that appeared on his Twitter timeline when he streamed, a time that Jeremy allegedly posted cuck porn to his Twitter, a fantasy he explained while showcasing an interview with Gina Carano, where he is a loyal friend who sits on the sidelines while Gina would be sleeping with
Oh God, Gina Carano, that's the one from The Mandalorian.
various other individuals before gravitating to Jeremy inviting his friend and his friend's wife over to join him in his hot tub while also commenting on his friend's wife's big ol' boobs, various other mentions of Jeremy's friend's wife visiting his house sometimes to clean, other mentions of Jeremy acting inappropriately towards women who are not his wife, and finally is this part of Mac and Cheese's closing statement. Quote, obviously nothing here is stone cold proof, but perhaps there is something to the long-term speculation in this thread. Let's just focus on the objective facts. Jer is a pervert and creep.
Yes.
Jeremy's best friend is a bull and swinger. Redacted appears to be wealthy and owns a $1.25 million 6-bedroom, 5-bath home, according to public record, yet his wife goes to Quartering's house alone to quote-unquote clean regularly. Jeremy makes comments about his friend's wife's fat tits and how bad wants her in his hot tub while drunk on stream. Jeremy has cuckold and cuckold-adjacent fetishes, which he publicly exposed. Jeremy openly talks about having sex with women who are not his wife or simps for women and spends massive amounts of money on them, with seemingly no fear of being exposed, despite having many enemies online and admitting his family and friends follow his online presence. Until recently, Jer and his wife were admitted atheists, and Jer's very obvious hedonistic lifestyle of constant drug and alcohol addictions was tolerated. Unquote. This post has received even more likes and rewards than even the first post on this thread. It is possibly even the most awarded post on Jeremy's thread. As such, the Kino Casino dedicated 5 hours of their 7-hour stream into covering this post and Jeremy in detail. Not
Yeah, fucking 5 hours of 7-hour stream.
censoring
Jesus.
Jeremy's friend's face or name and promoting the belief that Jeremy is unfaithful to his wife, while also periodically mentioning that this is speculation and their opinion.
Jeremy Hambley is a cock! Jeremy Hambley is a cuckold confirmed! His best friend Adam is a fucking bull that comes over to his house every fucking week and is plowing his wife. It turns out that Sky Roan was a vanilla gorilla
Vanilla gorilla.
all along.
Over the coming
All right. It is 10, getting close to 10:30. We've been live for 2.5 hours. We got about 40 minutes left of this. Not going to be tonight. I'm going to get out of here. I have worn out my welcome in this chair. Yeah, there's some weird buttons on here. That one's breathe. All right, everyone. I want to thank you all for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed this half of it, basically. Better than last night's. Last night's was kind of boring, but now it's getting good. So I definitely will be watching the last 40 minutes or so tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hope you will all join me. So until then, good night.
Oh, the checks roll in like waves on the sea from Mr. McGee and sweet Aunt Marie. $1 here, $1 there from folks who truly care. They're the heroes of this plot, giving all the cash they've got. Thank you for the dough. You make our hearts aglow. From pennies to the grands, you're the ones who lend a hand. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for the dough. Miss Turner sending coins in a jar, while old man Joe just sold his car. Little Timmy broke his piggy bank to give a gift we'll always thank. They're the champions of our tale, keeping us from